Seems the whole year you could actually get rid of months and just replace the whole year with reality shows.
That's a very good idea. So maybe I'm a Celebrity.
You got ice dancing, and then it's, I don't know, a Big Brother, then...
Oh, Apprentice, it comes around so quick.
Master Chef. No, it's my joke. And then... I'm trying to remember them all. And then it's a Big Brother again, then it's... help me.
Hey, you're on your own. You've thrown the toys out of the pram.
And then it's like Bake Off, and then, oh, come on, you have the X Factor and the dance, and then it's bloody the Jungle Show. It's almost, you know what I mean?
You forget how much the guests add, don't you?
Yeah.
They stayed in a 7-star hotel where the ratio of guests to staff is 1-to-1, which sounds horrendous.
A 7-star hotel? What is 7-star hotels? Does the pool have, like, a still end and a sparkling end? What level can luxury reach where it deserves 7 stars, and is there another level of 8 stars? I think the only difference between a 5-star hotel and a 7-star hotel is someone stuck 2 extra stars next to the 5 and go, see, it's 7.
Or it might have been 5-star next door to a 2-star, and they just knocked it through.
Good.
I like the idea that the minibar, you open the minibar and there's a little dwarf there with a towel. What can I get you to drink?
He must have a big coat, though, because he must get freezing in there if he's in a fridge all day.
No, he comes up like Batman. He comes down on a pole from a warm area above the fridge. So there's a warm area and he slides down when someone opens the door.
But how does he know that you're opening the door? He just sees it?
Well, it's when the light comes on, he just goes... He's banging on in the sweaty, hot room above. And then when the door opens, drops straight down. Yeah. What do you want to drink, sir?
When are you doing Strictly? Have you done Strictly or are you doing it?
No, never done it. I'll do it if you'll do it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to wait till after the career-defining event. I might have to go in the jungle first to win back public support.
Jimmy, you'd be lucky to get on the coach trip.
John, would you go to the World Cup? If it was in Qatar, would you go?
No, I wouldn't, no. I like a drink, and if I've had a drink, something homosexual might happen, and that's 2 risks that I can't take.
Sorry, just talk me through that again. So you like a drink, I know you like a drink, and if I've had a drink, something homosexual might happen.
I can't...
No, I like a drink, but I'm not pretty sure. You're saying you can't rule it out?
I can't rule it out, can I? Just saying, if England win 3-0, and I've had a few pina coladas, we get back to the hotel, there's a jacuzzi. I don't want to end up in prison for having a good time.
Why are you looking right at me?
Top Gear?
Top Gear, yes. When you Google Jeremy Clarkson, it genuinely says, people also searched for Jeremy Kyle and Piers Morgan. I think that says everything you need to know about him.
No, but I think the thing about him is you have to say, you have to admire how good he is at his job. Because he can say virtually anything and they can't sack him. That's how good he is.
Well, can I ask a question? How are the ratings?
Amazing.
Really? I think it's the #1 show in the world.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So he's going to say whatever he wants.
He could have a on Mary Berry's cake tin. And they go, oh, sorry, I didn't realise. I thought it was sorry. Oh, God, what am I like?
Cheryl Cole was accused of miming on X Factor, wasn't she?
Yeah.
It's a big scandal.
I don't think she was, though, because she put out a very strongly worded statement in which she said...
So Cheryl's denied that she was miming.
Yeah.
Do you think she was miming or not?
Well, if she's miming really well. And if she's singing really well. And I think she's probably better at one than the other.
Ooh.
Hey, we've all seen her sing live. Didn't we? At the Queen thing? The Queen's Golden Doodah?
Well, no, there was another... I've seen her sing
The Queen's Golden Doodah?
Did you not know the Queen has a golden doodah? She was on Embarrassing Bodies. They did a royal special.
also seeing it from Cheryl's point of view. You know, everyone's going, oh, she mimed, she shouldn't have mimed. Well, what you've got to remember is, of course she mimed. She's trying to sell a record. If she sang that record live, that'd be a PR disaster.
You a big X Factor fan, Melanie?
This is a tricky one for me because, of course, Mel B's a judge on it.
Right.
So I have to.
Lie.
I do support her. I have to lie. No, I do support her, and she's the best thing on it because she says it like it is, but I hate the show. And I'm totally bored of it, and I can't believe it's still on the telly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever sat on a fence before, but that's not how that's done.
It's just so contrived.
Yeah, it's not like in the old days of the Spice Girls. John, are you distressed by this report that animals are disappearing?
Well, it's not great news, is it? We'll have to start being called 4 out of 5 cats. Because... What?
Sorry, if it's about the reduction in amount, it'd be 4 out of 10, wouldn't it? It wouldn't be 4 out of 5, because that's the same as 8 out of 10.
It is the same.
It should be 4 out of 10 cats.
Ooh.
No, because there wouldn't be 10 cats. The joke is that the same percentage would agree with the question asked, but we couldn't find 10 cats to ask, so we could only ask 5.
So, North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has suffered 2 fractured ankles due to excessively wearing Cuban heels to look taller. So we asked our studio audience, would you suffer pain to look good, yes or no? So he was wearing Cuban heels to look taller. You're not paranoid about your height, are you, Sean?
No, because I'm exactly 6 foot.
How tall are you, John?
5, like 9, 10 on a good day.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of good news for you. I got you these.
It's the news I've been waiting for, Jimmy.
Well, they're Cuban heels, but they're in your size, so I thought you could...
Are they?
You just slip them on and we'll see whether you look more sophisticated.
Why wouldn't I?
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I think you'll enjoy those.
Does one tuck the gene into a Cuban heel?
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
yes,
definitely. Yeah, you definitely do.
They all do.
I've got a newfound respect for you, John. I just think... Can you go into the middle, or can you just stand on the...
Oh, sure, I'll stand on the glowing light in case I don't look like enough of a bell end back there.
I made a doc about a shoemaker recently, and he's been making shoes for 50 years.
I don't think anyone's listening to you.
It was...
I just think John has dropped a hip and we are mesmerised. Look at that pelvis. It's...
Ultimate chic.
Could be
Would you
women's
consider
legs.
a Cuban heel?
Would I consider a Cuban heel? The answer has already been made, James. Are you am I 6 foot then? Can I stand next to you to see what the
Yeah, well, Sean, if you can come out.
You're still bigger.
I still look just like a short prick in heels now.
I think you might be about...
The thing I don't understand about you, though, is you do have kind of quite a nasal voice, but then you're brilliant at doing accents. Why don't you just pick an accent that's better and just do that?
I would, Jimmy, but they tend to label that more of a mental breakdown than a...
Well, you do a very good Spanish. Quite a sexy Spanish, I think. Just do Spanish from here on in.
The fact that you find it sexy is why I stopped doing it, Jimmy.
Do the Spanish.
What you want, my friend? No, that's...
That's more Mexican. I just think we should find a different voice for you, and we should just stick with it.
I agree. I do Liverpool, I would stick with. That's a
Can you do
better accent.
Scouse?
Everyone can do Scouse, can't they? It's the one
I
everyone
don't think
does.
it's the accent that's a problem, is it? It's more the pitch.
This is such a fun round for me, really. Is there a possible round on small dicks we could do next as well, Jimmy? Don't feel I'm taking enough of a hammer in here.
That's what your girlfriend said. Talking about this week.
Is it the fact that Abu Qatada, like Peter Andre, won't be going back to Jordan? Which is the real tragedy, but that's the real tragedy. When will she find love? But on another matter, yes, we can't get rid of Abu Qatada.
We can't, yeah, it's terrible.
I think that Abu Qatada, he gets a lot of unfair press here in the country. Like, it's always described as the nightmare neighbour. How can that man be a nightmare neighbour? I mean, he's not allowed to leave the house. He's not allowed to have visitors. The police is always on the doorstep. He's an absolutely brilliant neighbour.
And also, if you've got a parcel coming, you can say, leave it at Abu.
Yeah.
Guaranteed to always be in.
Well, someone at the
Probably people won't do that for him, though. Yeah, I'll have one of Abu's parcels.
John, David, Rachel, what else have the nation been talking about over the last week?
We're getting a new labelling system for food. It's basically saying, oh, poor people are stupid. They go into a supermarket and they pick up Haribo Tang Fastics and they think it's fruit. People know what food is. The reason they eat food is because they work all day in an office with people they hate. They're working in a job that they're told every day they're going to lose, and then they go back to a shitty flat that they can't afford to buy. And do you know what they think? I don't fancy couscous for tea. Do you know what I fancy? A mixing bowl full of Viennetta and chips that I eat with my fist.
Is it the Scottish independence? They've agreed to have a referendum on Scottish independence.
They have indeed. They've set a date.
They've set a date. Have they actually set the date?
They've set, well, 2014, yes.
Because they're going to let 16 and 17-year-olds vote in Scotland, so they've got to give them a year to sort out babysitters and things like that.
They've invented a lot of stuff. They invented the steam engine, the electric light bulb, the television, this expression. Before, when people felt like that, south of the border, they used to go...
The fist.
Then the Scots came along and went...
The Scottish are very... They've just canned a marketing campaign. This is how confident they are with Scotland. They had this gem lined up to advertise Edinburgh. Incredinburgh! And they shelved it. They said, we don't need it. We don't need to go there. I say every town should be advertised like that. Well done, D. Glasgow, f*** yourself.
That's more appropriate. Relax, everyone. Just whoa. Take a moment, everyone.
This is the killer.
Sean Lock, everyone.
Yabba dabba deen.
Johnson, what else have people been talking about this week?
Lance Armstrong. Is that something that's... I feel like that's been popular over here as well.
We've been chatting about it a little bit. American sportsmen generally, yeah.
Yeah. You guys get American things here?
You get too many.
I'll be honest with you.
Treat. You can have that back. Can I get a coffee? No, you can't get a coffee. You can have a coffee. You can only get a coffee if you bloody work there. The Easter Bunny. You've just opened a can of worms with me, man.
It's the US elections. The choice between two quite dull men who are terrible at talking. They had a debate this week, and they're just both terrible at actually talking. It's really hard to listen to them go, we got to good-rate the economy because if it gets any more badified, we're going to be saturated until, like, 2000 and later than now, because...
It's called Mitt Romney.
Yes.
It's not a... Yeah.
You've really cracked to the very heart of the US debate, haven't you?
Mitt is not a name. No one's called Mitt. I convinced my girlfriend that it was short for mitten.
Mitten Romney.
Yeah.
Your girlfriend?
Don't.
Catherine, have you been following the American election?
Oh, Barack Obama and Michelle, his wife, are like the Jay-Z and Beyonce of politics. They're very exciting. Like Barack Obama, he can sing and he's like cool. And you know, I experienced some climate change when I look at him, I'll be honest. Oh yeah, like when he talks about the national debt, my budget gap widens.
What do you think the nation have been talking about this week?
The I'm a celebrity thing, isn't it?
People I think I can't bear on it now is Ant and Dec, because they're like... It's gone on now, they just laugh. They're like Gaddafi's sons. Laugh at people being tortured. They just, you're being tortured, you're being bitten, you have to eat this. Then they, they're more torture. There's a woman in a coffin having insects crawling all over her face. They're just going, You can't tire of watching people going, It just doesn't get boring.
Yeah, but it's all the stuff in between where people sit down going, oh, I miss my family. I don't. They throw things.
I mean, you would be incredible on the show if you would ever do it. Do they offer it to you?
Every year. And every year, I happen to be in a supermarket where I can buy stuff and I don't have to beg for it. You know, when you're doing your shopping, they go, would you like to do a celebrity to get me out of here? Or any of them, and you're going, yeah, but you see, I'm here and I've got 9 Twixes and I don't have to do a task.
Well, Lorraine, would you go on?
Absolutely no way. I like my personal space, do you know what I mean? I don't want all these people around me all the time, getting on my nerves, having to eat anuses and willies. It's just not my thing.
Oh, it's a shame. Did you know, for example, snails can sleep for 3 years without eating? Of course, at the end of it, they are dead. 200 babies are born worldwide every minute, so if you've just had a baby, whatever, you have a 1 in 10 million chance of being killed by a champagne cork. Good news, let's celebrate. Let's get started. So, Sean's team, what have the nation been talking about this week?
George Michael, surely.
He was found slumped at Marble Arch roundabout. And to be fair to him, that is a very tough roundabout to get off. I've been at that roundabout just going, oh, sod this. But I think in some ways it's a metaphorical roundabout for him. One way, it's to go back to his clean-cut pop image. Another way is to carry on having sex in toilets with strangers, taking loads of drugs. And then the other way is Edgware Road. But the thing I thought was funny was they said they found some sex toys in his boot. And I thought, that's probably jump leads.
Apparently, though, you know, when they opened up the boot and found the sex toys, the gimp mask and the gay porn, he said he was off to a Lib Dem fundraiser on Hampstead Heath.
He slumped unconscious at the wheel and they couldn't rouse him.
They couldn't rouse him?
They couldn't rouse him.
If that happens, have a cuddle and then try again in half an hour.
I mean, he's sort of following the Pete Doherty school of driving, which is just get in a car and just get nicked. I don't know who the hell insures Pete Doherty. How does he get car insurance?
Well, he said to the police, he said, I'm not that much of a junkie anyway, didn't he? Maybe that's how he got car insurance. Not too much of a junkie.
But the other weird thing about Pete Doherty is he's the fattest heroin addict in the world. What's he cutting it with? Utterly butterly? Right, well, let's have a look and see whether George Michael is in our top 5 most talked about things. Yes, it is! People were talking about George Michael's drug bust. George Michael couldn't believe his luck when a man in uniform walked up to his car, knocked on the window and said, "Excuse me, sir, would you mind blowing into this?" George Michael spent yesterday caged in handcuffs and leather restraints, being brutalised by a police truncheon. He's relaxing at home. Dave, over to you. What else have the nation been talking about?
Is it that Lib Dem man? They've got a leader now, haven't they? Ming Campbell. But the thing that gets me is why does he call himself Ming when it's Menzies? And he said that because it's Menzies, it's M-E-N-Z-I-E-S, and he said, oh, in the Celtic language, we don't mention the Z. I'm thinking, well, you're in the English language now. I didn't know we could make our own language up. Do you know what I mean? It's like me saying, oh, well, I'm going to add an E on it and call him Minge.
When Ming Campbell was announced as the new leader, Charles Kennedy was the first to toast the news. Although, to be honest, that was just a happy coincidence. Jason, David, Fern, what have the nation been talking about?
Go on, Dave. They've been talking about a footballer called either Terry John or John Terry.
No one is quite sure.
No. And what he's done is he's had sex with a lady.
It's like most of these sort of stories. I read them and I think, I've got my own problems. Do you know what I mean? I read it, I thought to myself, like the radiator in our bathroom won't turn off, so it's dead. really hot all the time.
It does seem bizarre how big it... I mean, it's just been absolutely...
Both.
Everywhere, yeah.
Both
And he
ways.
tried to get a gagging order, didn't he? But she said she wasn't into the kinky stuff. Fern, you're a married woman. What do you think of John Terry's antics?
Well, I think that she knew that that's what he does.
Do you think he's a role model? That's the thing. That's what they keep going, don't they? They keep going, he's not a role model. And I think, hold on, he's on 170 grand a week and he shagged a French underwear model. He's a role model.
I mean, it's just, he's done a terrible thing, and it was my husband, I'd kill him, and all of that stuff. But it is the World Cup year, and I think we're all hoping... After the World Cup...
Hang on. If you listen carefully, you can hear Emmeline Pankhurst turning in her grave.
I feel sorry for that girl, although she did allegedly sleep with a number of the Chelsea... Like, how many footballers do you have to have sex with before you become an official mascot? Let's see.
In my case, it was 6.
Well, they're kicking off etiquette about him, like, losing the England captaincy. And, but you're like, well, who are you going to give it to? Who else is it? You're going to give it to Steven Gerrard? Steven Gerrard, he punched the DJ the other week. Then you've got Wayne Rooney. He likes to have a little play with grannies every so often, you know.
He didn't know they were grannies, did he? To be fair. In Liverpool, a granny's about 38.
The only reason I think we should question whether he should play for England at all is that he has had sex with so many women, and apparently, something I read, he had sex with somebody on crutches in a toilet.
Yeah.
If he'll have sex with anyone, and what I'm concerned about, in terms of his football career, is he'll be running down towards goal, and maybe the wind will blow, and a linesman will show a little bit too much leg, and Terry will be on him like a tiger, covering him full of his evil seed.
But also, if you want to have sex with someone in a toilet, it's much more room to have sex with someone in a disabled toilet. So someone with crutches gets the front of the queue.
Yeah, think on, Terry.
They're all right, them disabled toilets. You've got all them handles and that, so you can do, you know, and then, you know, a little CD player and some candles and that. It's quite romantic.
Candles?
Yeah, candles.
I've never been in one with candles.
No, you've got to bring your own candles, you weirdo.
Sean, you're a Chelsea fan. What? Yeah. Does it annoy you?
I can't really comment on it because, as they say, people who live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, you know? What? I mean, the reason I have... I mean, it's not quite the same as John Terry, but I was round a friend of mine's house and he had to go to pick something up from the post office, you know, like you do with those cards, and while he was out, I had a bite of his toast.
What you don't know is that 4 other people on this panel also had a bite of that toast, so...
I had my bite in a disabled toilet.
To be honest, if he comes back from South Africa with the World Cup, I think he can sleep with most of our missuses, you know what I mean? I don't think anyone will have any
I
problem.
think if he comes back from South Africa the World Cup, he'll have nicked it.
Let's have a look and see whether John Terry's one of the most talked about things this week. Of course he is, of course. Yes, the tabloids have reported that John Terry cheated on his wife with a teammate's girlfriend. Vanessa Peroncel fell for Terry when she first saw his tackle, and she loved it when he got it in the box. She was amazed by his ball control, especially when she saw him dribble around the goal mouth. And then shoot and score. She was incredibly impressed that he could shoot not once, not twice, but 3 times in 90 minutes. And she loved it when they changed ends at half-time. But what really impressed her was when he'd finished playing football, he took her home and f***ed her. Sean, Holly, Greg, what do you like the look of?
The alien thing.
You want the Holly? Yes, Holly's chosen the alien.
OK.
Please.
You've gone for the picture of the alien. Here is a clip of Patrick Moore talking to a man who can genuinely speak alien.
Mr. Bernard Byron from Essex moves in a realm of the unknown which makes it very difficult for us to disprove him. And yet he has the charm, the cheerfulness and the courage which is common to all independent thinkers.
How many languages can you speak? I can speak altogether 3 of the space languages. One is Venusian, the second is Kruger, the planet Kruger 60b, and Pluto.
How did you learn these languages?
These languages have been a gift sent from me from the actual people by rays.
What about Plutonian? What does that sound like?
Plutonian is
What does that mean, actually?
That means, how are all you? I am very pleased to see you this afternoon.
What I like about that is it makes up that aliens have a concept of our hours, like they have before and afternoons.
Also, I used to be able to speak alien, but I've got my bottom teeth grew back. OK, here is your related question. Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials?
What's your definition of an extraterrestrial?
Well, terrestrial is like BBC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extraterrestrials like Men and Motors, UK Living. Have I misunderstood this question?
Aliens, basically aliens.
What I don't understand about aliens is they travel millions of light years. They never come and meet the president or anything, do they? It's like, oh no, I'm going to hang out with some rednecks and have sex with them in the night.
Maybe they're more like you than you think.
Looking at this picture, why don't you get fat aliens? I mean, they can eat anything they want, can't they? They're aliens.
Jabba the Hutt, he was fat.
Yeah.
He wasn't an alien.
He was?
He wasn't.
What was he?
He wasn't real.
So you mean real aliens?
Real ones, like this one
real
here.
Ones. It is fun when people do spot aliens, though. Like what I like about... There was something a while back in Dudley, where apparently Dudley is like a hotspot in this country for UFO activity, right? Somebody rang up to say they'd seen a UFO, and they went, what's it like? And they went, it looks like a Dorito. And they when describing shapes, who gets to Dorito before triangle?
Do the majority of our studio audience believe in extraterrestrials? Yes or no, Sean?
I don't think they do. I think they're quite a rational bunch.
OK, what do you think? What are you going to go with? Yes or no?
Oh.
I think they do.
I think they do.
There's a lot of space out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go through them.
OK, I can tell you the answer is yes. 54% of our audience said they believe in extraterrestrials. Robbie Williams, Uri Geller, Krista Berg, Gloria Honeyford, David Icke, Danny Dyer, Howard from the Halifax ads. They all believe in aliens. Can they all be wrong?
What's the most important thing? The Olympics,
yes.
Perhaps. The Olympics.
It's pretty huge.
It was a very successful Olympics, but for me, it was too successful.
Go on, no, tell me. Yeah.
I've got some theory now because Bradley Wiggins, he also won the Tour de France. Andy Murray's finally won something.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, it's like we're too good at sport.
We've got nothing to moan about, yeah.
Well, it's just not comfortable with that level of success and sense of pride and celebration. It just doesn't... I don't like it.
It was quite surprising, wasn't it, when the old opening ceremony started, that it was actually quite good.
That opening procession at the Olympics, because they do it in alphabetical order, goes Iraq, Iran, Ireland, Israel. That is a tough gig for the Irish. No wonder they've developed a sense of humour in Ireland. That is a tough tunnel, that, isn't it? Yeah. Just calm down a minute and just look straight ahead and not talk for 5 minutes.
Tomorrow, I don't know if you saw the... obviously, they did the relay with the torch before it all kicked off. And then they rang bells. Did you see this? They rang bells all around the country to sort of mark the start of it. And Jeremy Hunt kicked it off. Here he is.
Can we get a ring of them?
Yes, sure. Oh!
We did a terrible moment there. Health and safety, are you OK?
How many men can genuinely get to say they've said to a woman, could you pass me my bell end? It's just on the floor.
Did you watch the Olympics? Did you?
I watched some of it. I was away on holiday, so...
I think a lot of people did go away. A lot of people left London, got out of it, because it was... Like, beforehand, everyone was so negative. Everyone thought this was going to be a disaster, and then it turned out it was fine.
My wife's still crying.
About it?
From the Olympics. She's not stopped crying yet. I'm hoping it will stop at some point.
You think that's the Olympics?
It was the Olympics. It was the levels of emotion, yeah. Twice I had to fill her up with water. She's just dehydrated there, you know.
You know what I find, it has to be said, and I don't like saying it because everyone likes me, he's a really nice bloke, but the Mobot is shit, isn't it?
Really embarrassing.
It's rubbish. The Usain Bolt thing is brilliant. super cool. That is just rubbish.
Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. This is Mo.
It's rubbish. It's like a crap someone who doesn't know how to do a teapot.
It looks like...
This is embarrassing.
It's
how
like
is
a
that?
willy, like those are the balls, and then he's the big shaft. You know, like balls, big balls.
Let's have a look and see if the Olympics is up there. Course. The most talked about thing. Yes, London hosted the Olympics in 2012. The Olympics may be over, but we'll never forget the volunteers and all the hard work they did for free. Not with the way they keep going on about it. And here's your related question. Most women are more attracted to a geek than a tough guy. True or false? What do you think, Catherine?
I think we want the same thing men want. It's like a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. I want, like, a systems
Sorry, what was that we
analyst.
want? A lady in the streets?
You don't even know what you want? Men.
Men want... No, I think you've just nailed exactly what I want. I'm going to write it down. A lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
Yes.
I want the opposite.
Really?
I want someone that will go straight off to sleep and then be mental in the street. I want men.
You're right, because men sort of want a woman who can cook and clean and look after the children. That's it, really.
Read the question, it's tough guy. And here's why I think, right? Because if you are nice all the time, then the lady will notice when you are not nice. So if you bring a lady flowers every day and then one day you forget, she'll be like, where's my friggin' flowers?
Yeah.
If you're an arsehole, then all you've got to do is not be an arsehole for a day. And she's like, oh, Steve's really trying. I don't think he's stolen from my purse this week.
Every now and then I forget to tape Downton Abbey for my wife, just to let her know who's in charge.
I think the most important thing a woman wants in a man, you know, is where he puts towels. That seems to be an obsession.
So you guys know about the towel thing.
But I don't understand it. I don't understand why that's a particular... Every single woman I know, every single relationship I know about, that's an issue. Why a towel can cause so much pain and misery.
It's a sign... Oh, now I've become the woman in this relationship.
What do you mean
It's
now?
not about the towel, Sean. What the towel represents. Do you know what it says to me, Sean? You've got out of the shower and you thought, yeah, I'll let John get that towel.
What are you doing in my bathroom?
Picking your towels up, that's what I'm doing, young man. But no, the towel is just it's a very visible, wet, stinking gesture that says, don't care where that goes.
No, John, I'm not talking about leaving towels. No, I'm at a totally different level. I'm there, they're not in the right place. You just hang them up somewhere, but like a door. Just hang it over a door, like that. Like a little flag, like a symbol.
I'm not...
Sean's in that room, probably. Well, he's been in there recently.
I've made it. It's worse, though, hanging it on a door, because that says, I understand the process of hanging this up. I just choose to put it somewhere it's going to piss you off.
Let's get back to tough guys versus geeks. Let's take a look at an example of a tough guy, an example of a geek. OK, so we've got there Jason Statham, tough guy, and Brian Cox, who's kind of the geek's geek.
Oh, gimme Cox, definitely.
Yeah, but say...
Let's get some answers on this. So most women are more attracted to a geek than a tough guy. True or false? What are you going to go for?
I don't know. You're a lady. You decide.
I think a good woman is attracted to a geek. I think most women are attracted to a tough guy.
So you're going false. You're saying most women are attracted to a tough guy. What are you going to go for, John?
No, I think young women are attracted to tough men, but the minute they grow up a little bit and realise the mortgage has got to be paid, and, you know, the kids have got to be walked and all that, they come round and they go...
got to be walked? You know, like their pets.
Tried sending him out on his own, and he stops at the end of the path. And I go, go on. And he goes, I'm only 6, and I go... And he goes... I would say that most women go for the geeky guy eventually.
I think you're right, Mickey. John, what do you think?
I don't care what you think, because I'm a tough guy. It's false.
OK, I can tell you the answer is false. 56% of women are more attracted to tough guys. Half of Britain's school children don't know where ham comes from. Birmingham? Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. Dave, Johnny, Rob, what have the nation been talking about this week?
Snow. The worst blizzards in Scotland for 10 years or something. 5,000 houses without power, wasn't it? Glasgow airport shut. That called a bloke in Glasgow with a coat on. That cold. There is a serious message, because it is cold. If you know an old person lives near you, on their own, nip round, pop in, you know, use their eating. They get an allowance off the government.
Do people really talk about the snow, though?
Oh, yeah.
Ring up north. They're all talking about it up there.
Christian, have you got any idea what's going on?
I can't understand a word they're saying. Straight though.
Even me?
I just need your PIN number.
All right.
For a good cause.
Okay.
We love the snow in the north, though, don't we? Actually love the snow. As soon as it comes down, we're out there, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
Come again?
We love the snow. We love the snow.
The Pope's coming.
No, we're not moving on to that until we've covered snow.
It's white. It's basically a hard version of rain. I only passed my test 5 months ago. I didn't know you had to take it off the windscreen. To me, it was a magical adventure into Narnia.
Let's have a look and see if snow is one of the top 5 talking points this week. Yes, it is!
Hey! So excited.
Yes, everyone's been talking about the cold weather bringing parts of the country to a standstill this week. During the cold snap, gas prices have more than doubled. On the upside, it looks like the pension crisis might be over. Sean, Christian, Slater and Lauren Laverne, what have the nation been talking about?
Let's see, the Garrick Theatre, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. I don't know.
I think they've been talking about the scandal of the Labour Party selling peerages for cash. Selling peerages, which is, I think, it's very strange, is that selling membership to a club which they've said they're going to disband quite soon. It seems a bit stupid. Do you want to join our club? Yeah, we are getting rid of it quite soon.
You could be Sir Christian Slater for 10 grand.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
That's
about $1 million. It's about $1 million.
It's about $1 million. Oh, forget it.
Well, I thought about doing that. I thought about doing that because you could take out you could borrow £1 million, lend it to the Labour Party at the same interest rate that you're paying, right? And then you're a lord, and when the bank phone up for the money, you go, do you have any idea who you're speaking to?
£500,000 Michael Flatley paid just to be Lord of the Dance. If he'd have paid a bit more, he could have used his arms. He didn't pay enough, that's it.
Well, let's have a look and see whether Labour selling peerages is one of the top 5 stories this week. Yes, it is. Yes, Labour have been accused of selling peerages by exploiting a loophole where they accept loans instead of donations. They've been defended by a number of leading peers, Baroness Claims Direct, Sir Ocean Finance and the Earl of Cornhill. But most embarrassingly by Lord Archer.
The fine should be, instead of financial, because most people on Twitter are just bored people who don't earn a lot of money, you should be, if you do a bad tweet, you lose characters. So like speeding, but you can only do 135 now. And then if you're really bad, right, you can't use the letter E on Twitter.
Sally Bercow tweeted, why is Lord McAlpine trending? Innocent face.
The good news about it all is that Sally Bercow has been forced to close her Twitter account, which is the only good thing. I would have had her close it ages ago for doing that stupid thing where you put an asterisk and then something you're doing, and then that really pisses me off. Definitely starting the diet today. Asterisk, goes for some cake. Asterisk, oh,
Hang on, Grandad looks upset. Sean, what?
Well, I just don't know how you can be annoyed by her Twitter. What are you reading them for in the first place?
To get annoyed. Yeah. What else am I going to do with my day?
I was over the moon when I found out I could sue people on Twitter. Things I get called. Yesterday, someone called me the most gormless man on the planet. That's got to be worth a tenner. He can't have checked with everyone.
I've only ever done one tweet. Did one tweet. and I've got 36,000 followers, which if you worked it out on a follower per tweet ratio, I'm the most successful person ever on Twitter.
What did you tweet?
I tweeted, due to a series of imposters, I have been forced to set up a Twitter account. Now go f*** yourselves.
I'd love it if you got into Twitter. Really, because there's times I think about you in the week, and I just think... I just don't know what you do. There's times I think...
What do I do?
I'd love to know what Sean's doing.
Sit in a tree and spit at pigeons. So what do you think I do, John?
I literally... That's one of the things, I just have no idea. I can't imagine you eating food.
What do you mean?
Can't imagine you going for a run or watching TV. I just imagine you in a dark room, sort of softly lit, just your face, staring at yourself in a mirror. Growling.
I do stare at stuff, yeah.
28% of people think the government is hiding evidence of aliens.
You shouldn't even be saying that. For Christ's sake, Jimmy, that stuff should be kept under wraps.
Listen, the truth is out there.
Man, you can't put that out there and blow their minds.
Yeah. They're not ready for it, Jimmy.
I can't believe you said it.
Well, for now, OK, remember, if I get assassinated... 28% of people think the government is hiding evidence of aliens. True or false? What do you think, John?
I've been saying it. I've been saying it for 10 damn years. Ain't I been saying it?
Finally, an accent that goes with that shirt.
I think if anyone is throwing insults about clothes, it shouldn't be you tonight.
Why are you wearing that? Because I thought we weren't allowed to talk about it. Because, you know, sometimes when someone's a bit weird, you can talk about it. And then when something's so weird, everyone goes, is he all right?
God, wear a waistcoat. What's the matter with that? It's nice.
It just looks ridiculous.
Back to aliens. Do you believe in aliens, Bunley?
I don't, and anyone who does is a knobhead.
Do you know something I found out? That, you know, when you buy ham in the supermarket, in a packet, there's cameras in there. When you look at the ham, and go, oh, what's the sell-by date on that? There's somebody watching you in, like, a government office somewhere. They're all just shocked. They're all going, why isn't this on the news? Because they won't let it out there. So that's the kind of games they're playing with us.
Once you know that, the aliens thing doesn't seem so weird, then.
No.
Apparently we've got a sound problem. Hang on one sec. What's the sound problem?
Well, obviously, they're trying to shut us down, aren't they? No, you're not fucking taking me!
Whose mic is it? It's Sean's mic. You're just sorting it?
Yeah. If this isn't proof of what I've been saying... yeah, let's shut Sean up.
Most people think their life would make a good musical. True or false?
Oh, I think most people's lives probably would make a good musical.
No, they wouldn't. Most people's lives are boring as shit, aren't they?
They're not, though. They're not. Maybe the individual, but families are always really interesting. There's always skeletons and scandals, and every family's got that, right?
Yeah, true. Favourite musical? Sean?
I don't really like musicals, to be honest.
Do you like anything?
I do. I like loads of things. I love rice. I like books. I like music.
What music do you like?
Well, all the good stuff.
What genre?
All the good genres.
Do you like rock music?
I like rock music, yes.
OK, well, I would like to invite you to come and see Jesus Christ Superstar next year.
Oh, thank you.
Worst thing about doing DIY?
The only tool I've got is a hammer. I do all the jobs with it.
All the jobs?
Yeah, if I'm sanding a window, with a hammer. So, you know, painting the skirting board, hammer.
Changing a fuse in the plug.
Hammer, yeah. My house is in ribbons.
Power tools really mean you can screw up big, fast. Like, with a little screwdriver, you're not really going to do much damage. You go, oh, but with, like, a power drill, you go... Wow, 30 seconds and I have ruined that whole wall.
Nail guns are fun. Ooh. Sorry.
Have you done any DIY? Would you ever do any?
No, get a man in, that's my answer to that.
See, I find a bit of DIY quite therapeutic. I enjoy it.
What was the last bit of DIY
Home
you did?
improvement. I enjoy the aesthetics, you know, but
Do you mean
I enjoy...
buying cushions? Yeah. That's not DIY. That is buying cushions.
It's improving the home.
Yeah, I bought some cushions, so... exhausted.
I like it, personally. I don't see the problem.
What was the last thing you built? What was the last thing you...
It was a white unit from IKEA. And,
That's not do it yourself.
Yeah, but you drink your way, drink through it. That's the thing that I don't understand. Why isn't everybody drunk making things?
The worst thing about IKEA is you're not allowed to punch people in the back of the head. Why do they walk so slow? Get through!
I don't call it IKEA. I call it IKEA! And they say, can you keep it down? I say, look how big you've written it. You write it that big. That's how big I say it. IKEA!
OK, so a bad workman would blame this.
Tools.
What about them?
Lack of the right tools.
There you go, that's the right answer. She's getting the point. Yes, the worst thing about doing DIY is not having the right tools. If you're doing DIY, there's one tool you definitely don't need. Nick Knowles. I remember as a young lad my dad showing me how to use a hammer, but even then it seemed like a messy way to kill a guinea pig.
Yeah, European Championships. I reckon they're talking about that. I mean, a lot of people are talking about that.
It's quieter than normal, though. It's not as much. I reckon everyone's getting ready for the Olympics.
Everyone's waiting for the racism to kick off. That's why it's quiet, because there's been so much lead up to it that the fact that it's having... It's like if you had a party and you had a massive balloon and you just held a pin next to it like that, and you went, how's the party? Is everyone enjoying the party? Everyone would really be thinking, when are you going to burst that fucking balloon? Because I'm going to cry when that happens.
How scared are you of a balloon bursting?
You're telling me you don't have an ounce of fear when someone's blowing a balloon and they get to that point where the colours started to fade and it's too big, and you want to say to him, it's big enough, stop!
John, that's when I hold my eyelids open and walk right up to the balloon.
The only time I've got interest in football is when Peter Crouch and David Beckham are playing, and basically...
Such a weird mix.
That famous heartthrob, Peter Crouch.
I love it. I love that dance he does.
That dance he does?
That's not it.
You're the only person...
You're thinking of dressage.
I love Spurs, that's who I support.
Right.
And they're not playing, are they, in the Euros?
They're not playing in the Euros, no.
As a Spurs fan, you'll know that the Spurs manager left this week. His name was...
Jose Mourinho.
Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho. He's got quite a Cockney accent now. He's really picked up English, Jose Mourinho.
Oh, is it Harry Redknapp?
Harry Redknapp.
That's it. I love Harry. I love
gone.
Harry.
You know what I didn't like about the match against France was it started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, which means I have to watch it with my kids, which ruins it, because they just ask loads and loads of questions. So it starts off, they goes, who's in the white shirts? You go, that's England. Oh, we live in England, don't we? Yes. Who's in the blue shirts? That's France. Why is he wearing yellow? He's the referee. What does he do? He tells all the rules. What are the rules? You can't pick the ball up. Why is that man picking the ball up? He's the England goalkeeper. England? Why is he wearing green? You go, oh. In the end, I just recorded it and put Happy Feet on and got my own back. You go, why is that penguin talking? They can't knit scarves.
You're not actually collecting the stickers, are you?
Yes.
The Panini stickers book?
Yeah, but I didn't want it to come out like this. I thought I'd at least entice a girl back to my bedroom before I brought out my swaps.
How many do you need now?
How many do I need? 250 stickers and one girlfriend. Does anyone have the England shiny?
It's dreadful, the shiny. It's not the official badge because it's not licensed because we go with mail-in. But I'm not doing the stickers because I'm cool. Weirdo alert!
Are you doing the stickers
John
as well?
is doing the stickers. I've swapped with John.
You're collecting the stickers?
I am acquiring stickers.
I can't believe you two are collecting You're grown men!
Me and Josh were together in Greenwich last week, weren't we?
Yeah.
And we went on the hunt for stickers.
Do they have any stats on, or is it just the pictures of the blokes?
Oh, now she's interested.
I've got an Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain that...
Oh, I need that. I've got Theo Walcott, I'll swap you.
Oh.
This may be the most tragic thing I've ever heard.
It's pretty much what the newsagent said when I said he was doing the stickers, and he just looked at both of us and went, no.
Oh, what's the pleasure of it?
The pleasure is in the... putting the stickers exactly in the lines.
I think if it was scratch cards, it'd be worth it, but not what you're doing.
You look at me like I'm filthy, like I've just admitted that I like to on dead hedgehogs or something. I think what you're doing is just a little bit... I mean, if it was... Why is a scratch card better than a sticker book?
Because you, like...
I like the way you've got really outraged. Why is that really bad?
Hey, a scratch card's £1 and a packet of stickers is 50p, so financially I'm up straight away. When you scratch a scratch card, you throw it away, you bin it. When I collect a sticker, that's in my book and I've got that forever.
John started this conversation by pretending he didn't collect the stickers. And now it's come out, he's the biggest ambassador for them in Britain.
Here's an amazing statistic. Going into this tournament in the Euros, England have never won their first game, have never beaten Sweden in a competitive match, and have never beaten the host of the tournament.
I learned that in a sticker book.
Is it gay marriage? Or garage, as I like to call it. The church are concerned about it, that they'll be forced to marry gay people in churches. It's like they've thought, this is the thin end of the wedge. What next? Horses?
Don't 80% of people under 50 are they supposed to be for gay marriage? So why don't... What's the problem?
Yeah, just
have a
get
vote.
over it.
It's the problem they've got is they've got a very, very diminishing congregation. People say churches are half empty. They're not. They're too big. They should be like little, tea huts. If you go on the outside of a town, they've got those big retail sheds like Halfords. It'd be like having one of those for a key cutter. It's just a bloke sitting there with a key cutting machine, this massive big shed. It's not the appropriate building for the marketplace.
What do you make of this, Reg, the gay marriage thing?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you are like a gay enthusiast.
I would describe myself as a gay enthusiast, yeah.
If you are a gay enthusiast, you probably would more enjoy the company of other gay enthusiasts. So...
You make it sound like a hobby.
Well, they make it look like it's fun, so...
Can I just say something?
Are you on the way to a wedding now?
No, I want this especially for you.
Well, thank you
Because
very
you look
much.
like the man from Del Monte in that suit.
Thank you.
But basically, you know...
You said yes a few times, I would imagine.
Basically, the church... Oi, oi, pack it in. The church has this thing, we will welcome anyone through our doors and everything. And really, a lot of people hide in the church. You've got a lot of these people that work in churches. You see documentaries on it. They've molested children when they have been in their church.
Right.
So I don't think the church has the right to turn around and say, if you're gay, you can't get married in the church, because what goes on in a lot of churches isn't 100% anyway. Take that.
Yeah, we're good. Of course I know what you mean. A lot of what happens in churches ain't 100%. That's a fact.
It's inherently un-Christian to discriminate in any way. The question you should ask as a Christian is, who would Jesus do?
The big question for me is, why would anyone want to marry a bloke? But we had a bloke sleep on our sofa recently. I mean, there was a smell in the house for about 2 days.
But you have to remember that before your wife got to you, you smelled like that, too.
I don't understand why anyone would want to marry anyone. I mean, get together, sure, your bill's half price. I understand. I get it. TV licence is going up, gas is going up, electric's going up. Share it with someone, but don't bring paperwork into the eventual demise of your love.
I think it's respect. If you actually marry someone, it shows that, you know, there's respect there.
Right.
Because, you know, listen, you get a nice ring out of it, and not only that, basically, you have a fantastic day, but if you've been with someone for years and they can't even get down to Tiffany's and buy you a decent ring, get them gold.
Do you not know where Tiffany's is?
Yeah, Bond Street.
Nip down and get one yourself then, love.
I'm saying that, I can buy my own ring.
Josh, what do you make of gay marriage?
I don't like going to weddings. I find it stressful. I'd just get rid of marriage.
If you don't have weddings, the only time the whole family gets together is at funerals. And that is depressing.
Very true.
Not all the family, because there's one that's...
Did you know 8% of millennials are offended by Christmas decorations? Snowflakes. But also baubles and tinsel. A third of Brits think Lapland is a fictional place. It's not. I've been, and as strip clubs go, it's actually all right. And 1 in 4 Brits don't think snogging is cheating if it's under the mistletoe. But if that mistletoe is part of a vajazzle, it's a different story. Right, let's get started. Robstein, what do people love about Christmas?
The presents.
What's the best thing you ever got?
Oh.
Braces.
But it's hard, Christmas presents, isn't it? Especially when you're married and you've been with someone a long time, you run out of ideas. And the best way, I think, is throwing money at it. Like, last Christmas, I ended up getting my wife $3,000 in used banknotes.
That is a lovely gift.
Isn't it?
Why did they have to be used? And how were they used?
Cocaine, mainly.
That's like calling your wife a stripper, isn't it? Are you just... Because you said you're just throwing money...
Yeah, I don't just, like, in her face like that.
I once had a really awkward thing in a relationship where, you know, we've been together a few years, you think you're in the same place. So I bought us a holiday to Barbados, and he bought me an electric toothbrush. And, yeah, it was a very tense day. At the time, he felt very embarrassed about it, but then actually, it was a good lesson. We went on holiday for a week and we had an amazing time, but the toothbrush was something that I used every single day to masturbate. And so, in a way, a great gift. And people don't even worry about why it's in your bag. You can take it on holiday.
The other great thing is, ladies, minty fresh vagina. Ola, best gift you've ever given?
There was one year I actually decided I was going to try and do like Christmas like other people, and I bought everybody in the family a foot spa. But like half of my family members just didn't take it home with them.
Slightly weird at your house then if you've got 6 foot spas. Yeah. You know what you could do? Open up a place in the high street. All we need is a couple of goldfish. You know those things where people... Yeah, charge people £20 a go.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You know those are really bad, those fish things.
Why?
The fish don't even get a lunch break.
Well, they're having a lunch.
They just keep on 24/7.
They just keep
It's
going.
actually against the EU Working Time Directive. They are very much remain, those fish.
I think the problem with Christmas presents is it's just unwrapping proof that the people you love don't know you. It's a sad, sad thing. You have to pretend.
What's the worst thing, then?
Well, my mum was a single parent with 3 children, and she used to give us school uniform, and we used to have to pretend that that was what we wanted. It was sad.
It's my size.
Yeah, and our stockings, she would put our breakfast in it.
You're lying.
No, I didn't. And when we turned 14, we started to get sanitary towels. Yeah, because some people are poor, and Christmas isn't fun if you're poor. You watch all these adverts where everyone's getting these amazing toys, and you have to go, oh my God, another white shirt. This is what I wanted.
Is this the Christmas episode? Is that why...
What gave you the clue?
Well, I thought I was told to wear this jumper, so I was like, all right, I'll wear it. This is the... Oh, Merry Christmas! I didn't realise, Jimmy.
I've got a bloody robin on my top. How did you not know?
Is that Christmassy a robin?
Yeah.
It is?
Are you broken? Emily, what's best gift?
Well, I don't know about Christmas, but someone keeps sending butt plugs to my house. And they're changing each month. They start really kind of
I've got that with socks. Well, they send you a new pair of socks every month.
We can't shove socks up your ass.
You can. You can.
But it's weird weirdest thing. And like, my dad came round the other day and he was sort of fixing something for me and he pulled this drawer open and this butt plug rolled out on the floor and he went, what's that?
So you've kept the butt plugs.
It'd be a waste not to.
Who had 4 minutes for the butt plug conversation? Let's have a look and see if presents are up there. Yes, it's Christmas presents. Last year, I got my girlfriend a puppy for Christmas. It was so cute. I even put it in a little box with a big bow on it. My mistake was sending it second class. I like unusual presents. Last year, I bought my nan a lifetime supply of Werther's Originals, which turned out to be 3 packets of Werther's Originals. So the question is, 23% of parents think their child has an extraordinary talent.
An extraordinary talent. I don't know, what is an extraordinary talent?
Well, you know, they think they're a fabulous singer, fabulous dancer, just talented.
2 of my kids can fly. And the other one can't.
The other one, it turns out.
Yeah.
That
so
went
I
badly.
don't let the other 2 fly. So you'll just upset the other one. whatever its name is. When he's out there, I go, go on, fly. He's coming back in. Get down. So, yes, if you call that extraordinary, then, yeah, guilty as charged.
Jodie, what do you think?
I think so. I think, you know, all parents love and adore their children.
Mine are only 5 months old, so I don't really... One time I went to change a nappy and she sneezed and everywhere. That was fun. And he went... It was amazing. I went, what? That was extraordinary.
Just remember what my other kid can do. The other one, the one who can't fly, though, can do something quite extraordinary.
What can he do, Sean?
You know, he can walk on one hand, like that, on his fingers, like in cartoons. And I tell him, don't do that when the other 2 are in. But that's it. Can't read or write, either of them.
23% of parents think their child has an extraordinary talent, so you're going to go for true or false? Sean?
True, yeah, let's go true.
Yeah.
OK, you're going true. What are you going to go for?
What do you
I
reckon?
think false.
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 Yeah, we'll go false then.
False.
You go false. I can tell you the answer is false. In fact, 42% of parents think their child has an extraordinary talent. I tell you who I think was a talented child. Do you remember little Michael Jackson from the Jackson 5? He was incredible, wasn't he? Whatever happened to him? Oh, right, OK. Did he? And then 40 million albums. And then? He did what? Yeah, everyone likes children. Oh, I see. But I could go and see him live? All right. Well, I better just kick on then. Over to Jason's team. What do you like the look of?
Let's go with the theatre.
Of course, our first love. OK, 51% of theatre-goers say what has ruined their theatre experience?
Other people.
Other people, the rest of the audience. I was doing a show once and I'd literally just started and I was doing a bit and this woman came down the aisle and go, Michael, I can't find my seat. My son's in it and I can't find him anywhere and I'm trying to carry on. Excuse me, I don't know where I'm sitting, it's too dark. And I had to stop. And up goes the light, and the bloke who's obviously with his mum is going, dear God. And it's off and goes, put her in the seat, and then we had to carry on.
I went to see Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and we took the whole family, we all went along, and my little brother's 10, and he's just at that age where he thinks it's, like, sort of real. And there's the point where Snow White gets given that poison apple, and she goes, should I eat the apple? And everyone's going, no, don't do it. And my brother's on his feet, he's going, no, don't do it! Don't do it, it's poison! Don't do it! Don't do it! And she eats it and collapses, and he went, I bloody told her!
Mobile phones.
Mobile
phones.
Yeah.
That is the right answer.
Right, yeah.
Yes, 51% of theatre-goers say that a mobile phone has ruined their theatre experience. The worst thing about phones going off in the theatre is you end up with the actors breaking out of character, pointing and shouting, and everyone in the audience hissing and muttering. In the end, I could hardly hear what my mate was trying to say, even on loudspeaker. Best way to discourage burglars.
What I do, I put a nude picture of me in the window. But from behind, so I'm looking over my shoulder like that, going... just says, come in.
Parma ham. I just put Parma ham out because people are easily distracted. You come in thinking, right, I want a DVD. Hey, up, there's some ham there.
You could lace the Parma ham or something.
Bit of mozzarella.
A lot of burglars are junkies, aren't they? So what I think would be a good thing to do is fill your front garden full of gnomes dressed as policemen. They go, whoa, what's going on there? That is a bit freaky, I'm not going in there.
OK, best way to discourage burglars?
A dog.
That's a crazy answer.
Yeah.
Dog? That's mental.
Beware of the dog sign is number 9 on our list.
That only works for cat burglars, though.
Oh, no, we've had a call in from the 2 Ronnies. They want it back. What do you think the best way to do?
The burglar alarm?
No, that's number 4. Alan Cochrane?
Is it a mutt? Is number 1 a mutt? The best way to discourage burglars is a mutt.
I don't know if you can say moat properly. I'm guessing that you're trying to say moat, but you're saying moat. Like a goldfish that's got learning difficulties.
Shall I say it like you say it?
Yeah.
All right. Moat.
No. OK, it's meant to fool the burglars.
Lights on?
Yeah, lights on. I was about
That
to
is
say
the right
lights
answer.
on.
Of course.
The best way to discourage burglars is leaving the lights on. If you've broken into a house and you're watching this because they've left the telly on, why don't you do a poo in the living room? OK, scariest fairy tale character.
The scariest thing that I remember as a kid is a child catcher from Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Yeah. That is in there, I think.
Played by Madonna, wasn't it? Madonna, that.
Lots of people say
One of those first roles.
Is it Hannibal Lecter? I remember my dad used to read that to me every night. And he said, and he ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. Good night.
I tell you what, the other one I ate, Jill from Jack and Jill. She was a clumsy wasn't she? He's fallen down a hill, right? And then she's made the exact same mistake, fallen down, landing on her, and then he's broken his crown and she's gone, I know what to fix that, a bit of brown paper and vinegar. You're like, Germaline, you daft sod, Germaline!
OK, I'll give you a clue. Think gingerbread house.
The witch from Hansel and Gretel.
It's the witch
with the oven and all of that going.
It's the right answer.
Yeah.
Yes, the scariest fairy tale character is the witch in Hansel and Gretel. In the original fairy tale, the witch who eats children represents acute postnatal depression, and the gingerbread house represents cravings during pregnancy. Hansel is the male generative force, the sperm, the son of the wood chopper or penis. Gretel is the egg. The enchanted forest is pubic hair. The warts on the witch's face are an STD. Cinderella is a the gingerbread man is gay. The beanstalk is a giant cock. Little Red Riding Hood is the clitoris, and Goldilocks animals. Any questions?
Gay marriage.
Gay marriage?
That's been
Tell
happening,
me
isn't
more.
it? Well, they're allowed to get married now, aren't they? Gay men and women. That is it. You're looking at me like I've on my head. What's going on?
It was a weird way you said it there. You said gays can get married now, men and women.
I felt pressured to expand, but when I said gay marriage, I think that pretty much sums it up in 2 words. Everyone looks at me and I thought, well, I'm going to have to add a bit more info. I'm going to have to press... I felt like I was pressing I on the Sky control. Unnecessarily, because if I see a programme that says gay marriage, I think, hello, gay marriage.
What do you mean by gay marriage?
Basically, it's when gay men and women...
Get married to each other? So
Yeah.
the gay men marry the women?
I don't even know what's happening.
It became this massive thing, and now it's just kind of happened, and no one can really understand what the fuss was about.
But there was various people saying there was going to be floods, didn't there?
Yes.
One of the UKIP, whatever they're called,
Lunatics.
spokespersons, he said that there will be biblical flooding if there's gay marriage. And if you think about it, we've just had a fantastic summer and a very balmy autumn. So I'd just like to say to all the gay and lesbian people out there, thanks a lot for that. I wore shorts on Halloween. Enjoyed it. So thanks for the lovely weather.
It would be brilliant if that was true, though, wouldn't it? If that actually worked.
if, like, gay people having sex caused it to rain. Because if it was a really hot summer and it was, like, a hosepipe ban, my garden was, like, struggling. Like, because my mate's gay, I could be like, you don't mind giving him one, dear, my gypsophilias are falling apart.
Are you against it, Christian? Were you against it from the start?
Gay marriage?
Yeah.
No, I've been very pro it. Always.
I was just trying to catch you out.
Yeah.
You go, yes, it's an abomination.
We used to have to do these debates on the news between people who felt very strongly for it and against it, and it was just like, it's just marriage. It's probably a mistake, whatever you're doing.
But you can't express an opinion one way or the other. You just have to host the debates.
Yes,
between the...
try and stay as neutral as possible.
Do you ever try and show it in your eyes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try and show us that you approve of gay marriage just in your eyes.
Yeah, there it is.
Is it not difficult if you've got someone on who's talking nonsense about saying, oh, it's going to flood, it's awful, and you're trying, obviously have to have, like, a proper debate with him, but aren't you just thinking, oh, off, mate?
You just ask increasingly aggressive questions until they...
Yeah, until you get an answer. What do you say?
You know how gay men have, they have a gaydar? They can spot another gay man, by certain things.
I think a lot of us have got gaydars.
Do you think they also have a straight-dar? That they can spot straight men? They go, he's straight, he bought some jeans, didn't try them on, that kind of thing.
Literally, my first thought there was, what kind of an idiot would buy jeans without trying them on? There's so many different cuts.
They're the same size as the ones you just threw in the bin. But I think that, obviously a big step towards equality, gay marriage, but the real sign of true equality is when there's arranged gay marriages. When you find out you're marrying Terry from Leicester.
I don't think, even if I was gay, I think I'd struggle to have a gay wedding, just because some of my family members, like the older ones, I was not as open-minded. Do you know what I mean? So if I was saying, like, gay marriage at the front, when they say, any reason why they should not be wed, like my old uncle, like, they're two geezers! No, that's allowed now, uncle, chill out.
Are you referencing a specific uncle there?
Yeah, I am, I'm not going to tell his name.
What is his name, then?
Mohammed. My uncle Mohammed.
There were some leaked photos on the internet.
Stolen photographs, actually. The trouble is with this, nudity in women is used to sell things. It's on advertising, it's used to make pop stars sexy, and I realised how you can solve it is by all women being naked all of the time.
Okay.
Hear me out.
You have my attention.
Hear me out. So first of all, yes, they can't steal women's nudity as a currency. People can't go, oh, Jennifer Lawrence, why does she even have naked photographs done? So, because we're all naked all the time, that's just a photograph. And then the other thing that happens is that straight men can't handle it, and they just start ejaculating all over the place and frothing at the mouth. They can't leave the house, they can't go to work, and then women and gay men rule the world.
I love this idea. I sense for very different reasons to you.
Apple is still saying that the iCloud wasn't hacked, so we still don't know how they got these photographs.
I think they do know how they leaked the photos now. I think it was.
How do they have?
It was a phishing email that they sent to the actresses in question, saying, "Oh, your
Kim Kardashian don't go fishing. What are you talking about? As if she's going to open that. Always delete ones you don't know it's from. And if I'm Kim Kardashian, I see, oh, do you want to go carp fishing?
Why, if you're taking a photograph like that, would you put it on a cloud?
It saves everything. It even saves stuff that you've deleted.
It doesn't save mine.
Yeah, it does.
With a setting.
No. Seriously, Carol.
I mean, I just think, why would you take a picture of yourself naked? Is there something a bit weird about finding yourself sexy? Is it like going, whoa? Oh, if only I was someone else, I'd bloody do me now. I'd give myself a right. Whoa! There's something
weird about you doing it.
It might not be deliberate as well, though. I mean, like, my kids are at the age where they think the funniest thing in the world is to come into the bathroom when I'm in the shower and take pictures. It's not the naked pictures that worry me, though. It's everything on your phone. So when my accountant says, can you send me a copy of your P60, and I take a picture of it and email it to him, that picture is also on the iCloud and is completely hackable as well.
That's going to be a challenging wank. Do you judge people by their looks, yes or no?
Depends what they look like, innit?
Carol, what do you rate people on their looks?
I think we all do, don't we? Really, I mean, look at you.
I'm up here, Carol.
No, she's wondering where the wedding cake is, Jimmy.
Are you saying that I look like a wedding cake decoration?
You look like a wedding cake decoration. It's our little joke. Do it once a series.
What's your guilty pleasure, Christian?
My guilty pleasure is probably ringing the BBC viewers' calls line during BBC News and saying, you're
John, what do you think?
Well, people don't feel guilty enough, do they? Let's be honest. If people felt less guilty about the they like, then stuff would be better. But most people's take, like, X Factor is popular, and music is and food we eat is and we don't feel guilty about it anymore, do we?
OK.
OK,
I mean...
Put your hands in the air! John's rapping.
What's your guilty
I think it's when you're sitting on the toilet and you know you've got the toilet roll and it's got one bit is slightly lower than the other bit, you know, because it's two-ply.
Someone's doing well.
What you're meant to do is take the top bit over like that. Do you do this at home? And then you get it, and then they all measure up and you rip that bit off.
No, but then you get out of sync.
No,
because...
no.
Why are you in the sink?
You know, you said about your wife splitting up with you after 2 weeks. I think you might have moved a bit closer.
She won't see this. She's got school in the morning. She's a teacher.
As if a teacher would go out with you.
She's a teacher. And she's got a master's.
There's a man that knows he's punching above his weight.
Definitely.
Well played. Any other thoughts?
Watching Jeremy Kyle.
Oh, well, you're very close with that.
TV.
Is it, yeah, reality TV or something?
It is reality TV. That's the right answer.
I'm on the internet all the time. I tell you what I do. I shop on the internet. I buy absolutely everything on the internet.
You're not worried about fraud and all that sort of stuff?
No.
You're not worried about people nicking your identity and that?
No.
I bet your password is proper confusing, though, isn't it? You've got an amazing password that you've actually got to solve 3 sums to get the password.
I buy a ton of books from Amazon, but I actually go to the factory and I never ever use their website.
You just go to the depot in Leicester?
Yeah, and there's one in Germany. I just like to be able to browse and see them in the boxes and, you know...
It would be amazing if Amazon opened up a shop where you could browse.
Yeah.
I find it weird when they do that thing where they sort of suggest other things that you might like to buy because of what you've bought previously. Like, I bought your DVD at Christmas, right? And then it said, you like Jimmy Carr's DVD, you might also like a Police Academy 5 assignment Miami Beach.
Whereas actually, you'd be more likely to like Mission to Moscow, which is the 6th in the series.
But you were great in both of those films, so...
I tell you, I bought your DVD at Christmas as well, and quite rightly, you know, they offer you things that you think would be associated. And there's an inflatable bondage chair that came up on mine. But
well, there must have been some other things that you bought as well. I'll tell you what you would love.
They were also offering Mein Kampf. Tonight, Jimmy, you might like Mein Kampf. It's a book by a young writer called Adolf Hitler.
999. It is, the recommendations is an odd thing because it's sort of... I don't mind buying stuff on Amazon, but when the recommendations come up, I do sometimes think, is that me? I've got to change.
It would freak you out if it happened in Tesco, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? If you were, like, buying some tuna and someone went, do you like tuna? You tried it with pasta? It's well nice. Or if somebody came and bought your shopping last minute. Like, you've done all the work, bought it, and you put your bid in for your shopping, you're lining up in Tesco and someone's gone, I think you'll find that's my shopping now.
David, do you buy anything on... You buy eBay stuff, don't you?
I recently bought on eBay a 5-foot actual-size inflatable giant penguin. And it's the first time ever in my life I have thought, wow, when my parents were my age, they had 2 kids in a house. And I have an actual-size 5-foot...
Right, let's have a look and see whether shopping is one of the top 5 uses of the internet.
Yay!
Yes! Shopping is, of course, one of the top 5 uses of the internet. The thing I love about internet shopping is when it gets delivered and you're not in, and you get to go and pick it up from an industrial estate 7 miles from your house. And on the way back, you have to drive past the shop you could have bought it from in the first fucking place. The worst thing about internet grocery shopping is the substitution. So if they've run out of butter, let's say, they bring you margarine. I've got a list of... these are all genuine substitutions that have happened to shoppers, OK? This is from the Guardian website, OK? Genuine substitutions. Someone bought some lychees and they replaced them, because they didn't have any lychees, they replaced them with Dairy. Near enough, fine, OK. Headache tablets. They wanted headache tablets. They got dishwasher tablets.
Actually, that lychees... Dairy Lee isn't a real cheese, so it is technically a lying cheese.
I can't believe you're defending them. OK, this is, I think, my favourite. There's 2 more. 12 toilet rolls replaced with a pack of nappies. I imagine when the grocery shopping arrives, oh, thank God you're here. Well... OK, this is the best thing ever, OK? They didn't have any Tampax, so they replaced them with a Twix bar. It's a genuine thing. Clearly someone in a stockroom has gone, well, that's about the... Yeah. Good luck, love.
Do you know what? When you eat them, they do feel like they expand inside you.
He's talking about tampons.
Yes! Not Twix bars, ugh!
I think social networking, although I feel like a grandad just saying that phrase, social networking.
Yeah, my granddad always used to say that.
I'll be down that pit all day. Social networking.
That's where I met your gran, you know, Bebo. Yes. I feel like an old man when I talk about MySpace. I feel like I remember when this was all MySpace and all we had was friends reunited for a fiver and we were happy. You know, it's like, have you been to MySpace lately? It's like a waste ground. It's just Tom by himself crying.
You're obsessed by Twitter. Weren't you voted the best Twitterer?
Yes.
I think you were. No, you were, because you Twitter all the time.
Well, I don't Twitter all the time, but just occasionally I'll think of an off-colour, weird remark about robots or sperm, and then I'll just Twitter it and see how many people react to it, you know, and...
But being the world's, best Twitter is like being the world's strongest dwarf, isn't it, really?
So are you a big Twitter fan then, Sean?
I just think, I don't mind people doing it, I just wish they wouldn't mention it. I wish they would just do it and keep quiet about it. So what are you doing? Twittering. Shut up, don't want to know. I think what it is, it's basically digital shouting. That's what it is. Because if you were walking down the street, you wouldn't be walking down the street going, I'm going to the cinema. Yes, I'm going to the cinema. I'm going to see Avatar again. 3D rocks. Yeah. You think you're an idiot.
My issue with that, Sean, is the fact that you would clearly be brilliant on Twitter. Because that is exactly the kind of
There's
thing
someone pretending to be me on Twitter.
There is, yeah.
Someone pretending to be you on Twitter?
Yeah.
How grumpy are they?
Someone sent me something and they said, hey, do you want to stop it? I went, no, if they want to pretend they're me. I just think what a sad state their life's got into.
Yeah.
I mean, really, if you could pretend to be anyone, why would you pretend to be a grumpy, middle-aged man with a hangover?
But what's weird about Twitter is the way people... Like, before, people would spot you in, doing a bit of shopping or whatever, and then you would not know that person had spotted you doing shopping, and then you'd be like, now, I got a message over there, took me and my wife, we went to Nando's and then went to see Avatar, right? Now,
you've lived... Show business has changed you.
Nando's
Nando's and then the movies.
Yeah, and,
it's one or t'other in the old days.
And then the next day, someone said, did you enjoy your chicken then? Right? That was weird, right, for one, that someone knew I'd had chicken. And then somebody went, you could have had a shave before taking your wife to the cinema. They're actually following me, not on Twitter, in real life.
I don't get that. They were following you in real life, and then they tweeted...
What, just come over and go? You could have... They twatted me. That's right, they twatted me.
All of you, that's going to happen to all of you who Twitter, one day your head's going to end up in a jar on someone's shelf, and I'm going to go, serves them right.
Tell you what, Sean, it's going to be your shelf. David, what are you on? Facebook or...?
I mean, I don't use... well, yeah. I mean, the main function of Facebook is to look at pictures of your ex-girlfriend on holiday with her current boyfriend and look through 200 photographs till you find one where she's just got a slight look of regret in her eyes.
Let's see if Twitter, Facebook and social networking is one of the top uses of the internet. Of course it is. Of course. Jamelia, Charlie, what have the nation been talking about?
It's got to be snow, hasn't it?
It's wind, absolutely got to be.
And what's funny is it's become a national story now, it's hit London. But we've had it for ages in the northwest. We've had it since about 1984.
Luckily, you don't go on about it.
You're enjoying it right now. You're at a stage where you're like, oh, look at it, it's all white, so we can build snowmen, and don't our gardens look like everyone else? Hell is coming, London. Hell is coming.
I was walking along the road just after it snowed and everyone was moaning about lack of grit. I saw someone had taken it into their own hands, and what they'd done was they put loads of flour on the drive, and then when they've run out of flour, they put loads of oats, and then they put loads of sugar. And I was really expecting to see, just next to that, a baker frozen to death. Just...
I've got my own salt. I use these little sachets of salt. What I do is I sprinkle a bit like that. Right, then I get another one out.
I get really pissed off. I get really pissed off by the whole, like, panic buying stuff that everyone talks about, like, panic buying, because there's a food shortage, people go out and they panic buy bread, eggs and milk. Like, to me, that doesn't seem like panic buying in a food shortage. That's quite intelligent buying. Panic buying would be if you went out to the shops during a food shortage and came back with, like, a copy of 40 Towers and a dildo. I panicked!
I've still yet to see snow. I've got no heating in my house, though.
No heating in your house?
No heating in my house.
You can't work the buttons, can you?
Basically.
You just press everything.
You know this.
Lights coming on.
How do you know that?
Shutters in the garage going...
Have you been out and done a snowman? Have you done a snowman, Sean?
I haven't done a snowman, no.
What are you suggesting?
You won't touch a snowman.
What do I do a snowman for? What sort of dirty Even if I wanted to, I don't think I could.
I did see the two guys that drove on the canal this week. You see that?
Great, wasn't it?
You know, the best thing about the story, so it was guys, they got their car, whatever it was, a little tiny Citroen, they drove it along a canal and it went into the water and it reported that they both made it out alive, and so did the dog. They took a dog.
Maybe the dog was driving. That's why they're on the canal. You know, sometimes you go to your dog, go on, you have a go. Just gonna tape his paws to the wheel. I'll do the gears, don't worry about the pedals. That's what happened.
You've got kids, Jamelia. Were they off school?
My kids don't go to school.
Your kids don't go to school? No, it's for the best.
I homeschool them.
Sorry. Good.
Do you homeschool?
Sorry, not really.
I homeschool them.
Well, good luck, Jamelia's kids. So all the best with that.
What do you mean?
You homeschool them?
What do you wear? No, I know.
What do you wear? Yeah, that was my first thought. What do you wear, Jamelia? A saucy school teacher's outfit?
I know how I come across on these panel shows, right? But I am actually intelligent. I would not. No, you know, I wouldn't do something like that. You know.
Are they not sick of you though? Like after spending all day with you and then they get home. They're at home.
Number one, we don't spend all day
Okay.
doing schooling because, like, children don't need the whole time, and we don't stay in the house either. Like, you know, sometimes we go to Tesco's.
Oh, where are we going tomorrow on our field trip? My mummy's getting the bikini waxed. Good luck, kids. Yes, this is the news that the UK is still in the midst of the coldest winter for 30 years. A headmaster in Hampshire claims some pupils are struggling to make it into school because of the bad weather. He said of the 320 sitting maths A-level, 280 were in the exam hall when the exam started. Another 30 turned up 20 minutes later. 4 people went to the toilet, but only 3 returned. Then 42 left the building. How many were there at the end of the exam? Many people in the north have been bulk buying food because they're fat, greedy
What's that about? Well, just because people are buying milk and bread, we like milky bread. What's that?
Milky bread, you're both buying in Greggs.
We love it. Greggs is still open. They don't care if it's snowing. It's great. You can just slide straight in and put a pasty straight in your mouth.
Most common social faux pas.
Is it saying goodbye to somebody and then walking in the same direction for a bit? I'll see you later, all right.
I know a real bad one from my point of view, because I'm lucky enough to fly in a jet. My little daughter, Isabella, she's 3. She's never flown on a commercial plane before, and we went to Barbados. And then walking on the plane, we're getting taken to our seats. And she turns around and says in the loudest possible voice, "Daddy, what are all these people doing on our plane?"
Did you just put some money in her mouth?
My daughter's never been on a commercial plane. Imagine people watching Channel 4 on a Friday night are thinking, oh, finally someone we can relate to. Most annoying thing about new technology? Go on.
The most annoying thing about new technology is that whatever you get, and no matter how great you think it is, in 6 months' time there'll be one that's 15 times better than it out for half the price. So, like, you're there with your phone, check out my new phone. And then you meet someone about 2 weeks later and they go, oh, yeah, mine's got invisibility cloaking device on it.
Yeah. I have seen your phone, though, and your phone is spectacularly bad.
I brought my phone into a shop recently, and the guy went, this is from 2004! And he got the guy here, look, it's from 2004! It's the oldest thing he had ever seen. It was like, 2004!
Did he get all the other phones to come and meet its dad? Come and meet your dad!
OK, most annoying thing about technology?
DVD players that don't play all regions of DVD.
Oh.
You don't play all regions of DVD, you are racist.
What is the poshest sport?
Quidditch. Because it's not only posh, like, played by posh people, it's expensive as well. Those, like, flying sweeping brushes and that, they're like 45 quid second-hand, you know what I mean? And who wants a second-hand one? You know someone's died on it, so...
Poshest sport?
Gotta be the equine sports, dressage.
Oh.
Dressage. Who did dressage at school? Who did it? I mean, we keep on saying we've got Who went to school and the teacher turned around and said, listen, kids, got PE on Wednesday. Don't forget your pony. Dressage. If you don't bring your pony, you got to do it in your vest and knickers like that.
Yeah, what happened? Is that the one where they just walk around showing off that they've got an horse?
They got a horse that can dance.
They've got a horse that can dance. It's like sort of quite... It's like,
do you know,
it's like that, but with a horse.
It's called...
That has got to be
actually.
The
Greatest idea ever.
Don't tell him.
I'm invested in Levi Roots. Who must have heard of reggae sauce?
Big time, yeah. I walk past it all the time.
He's the most...
Oh, yeah, Muscat. No, I'll go with something I trust and know. That's what
I've got a sauce.
That sounds horrible.
I've got a sauce. It's called Sean's Secret Sauce. Coming out, it's a very secret recipe. I make it at midnight when I'm drunk. I switch the lights off in the kitchen. I just make it like that. Some weeks it's delicious. Some weeks it's poisonous. So I'm going to make loads. I'm going to make millions. Because if you talk to Levi Roots, a fellow saucier...
Well, he sung for his sauce. Do you remember that? Put some music in my food today. Give me some reggae sauce.
Yeah.
Nice. What's your song?
My song. Sean Sauce.
Do you like Formula One?
I went once to Silverstone, and it was a fairly underwhelming experience. I bought one of them ground passes, and that allows you to walk around the circuit, and then at the point of your choosing, you're allowed to press your face against the fence. The problem is, the cars, they're so small in reality and so fast. When they were going by, you couldn't even make out their colour. It was just a ball of noise flying past. And I thought, this is the worst day out I've ever had.
Lewis, would you fancy a go at it? I mean, you're a sportsman.
I'd love to have a go, yeah. I like a bit of adrenaline.
You like a bit of adrenaline? Oh, yeah. Gymnastics.
I'm sorry. Have you tried doing a back somersault?
Have I tried doing a back somersault? How do you think I got on stage this evening? I somersault in.
Oh, really? We must have missed that one. Please show us again for the cameras.
Okay, fine. Well, no, because of health and safety, I probably shouldn't in these heels. You can't do a back somersault just off the bat. You can't. You have to warm up.
Are you
and
asking me or telling me?
I think we're flirting. Can you do a back? Go on, do a back somersault.
All right. Let's go warm up first.
You've got to warm up. I told you had to warm up.
That's not one,
Oh, what? Oh, Jesus. Don't do that. Ah.
What's up?
This is...
You're next, though, yeah?
Yeah, no, straight after, but I'm just gonna...
Go this way.
Just watching, because I need to learn the technique. Okay. Oh!
Have done?
Yeah, sure. Okay. So just... And then...
Go on under a few buttons first.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah!
Yeah, you fancy it?
Whoa!
Ready?
No, don't actually do it!
I thought there was no adrenaline in gymnastics, so this would be easy.
Yeah.
All right, there is some. Can you, I mean... Pretty impressive. Does anyone else fancy having a go at anything?
I can't do backward somersault, but I can do this. Can you put the sound on later? That's a big one.
Okay, what did you make of that?
I just think it's atrocious. I mean, if you get into a cab, you give them the address, and that's the job of the cabbie to take you the best route. You don't sit there and tell him how to go. You wouldn't call a plumber and end up doing his job for him.
Well, I've seen some plumbing videos online where things get quite heated between some of their female customers.
I just think that he's a complete... That's funny.
Thanks. You're so sweet.
I think he's a complete dickhead.
Lewis, do people recognise you in the back of a cab?
I did get corrected the other day, actually. I went into a cab at King's Cross and I said, I'd like to go to the Mayfair Hotel on Berkeley Street. And he goes, Stratton Street, mate, actually, stick to gymnastics. And there was a good awkward silence for about 2 or 3 minutes.
I didn't even know Sean had a cab. Lewis, would you go to the Winter Wonderland?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't see why you'd go anywhere if you could do backward somersaults. I mean, it's just the sort of thing you can just amuse yourself, right? You think, I could go out today, or I could just go, hey!
People always say this. Like,
people always say what?
People always say, oh, if I could do backflips, I'd be doing them everywhere. You wouldn't. You wouldn't. You'd look like a right tit just doing backflips everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't do them. That's why I didn't do one earlier.
I'm a celebrity. That's on it, isn't it?
What was that?
I was thinking of Gemma Collins. I feel really bad, especially after the whole gastric bypass and all that thing.
So, I'm a celebrity. Do you watch the show?
Bits and bobs.
Bits and bobs. Would you ever consider going in the jungle?
For a serious amount of dough, yes.
OK, but, I mean, fast forward 12 months.
Such a dick.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I wouldn't do it. I hate bugs. Butterflies, moths... Well, butterflies aren't too bad, but moths and spiders...
Because that's the thing, isn't it? Before you go in, you've got to say what you're afraid of, and then
so and in that case, I'd say I'd hate comfy beds, I hate bug spray.
I reckon they'd see through that.
The amazing one on this series is Jake Quickenden, because the show he got voted off from hasn't even finished yet. He got voted out of X Factor. 2 weeks later, he went in the jungle. If he gets out of there in time to do the Strictly Christmas special, he's done. In 5 months, he's had his whole career. Incredible. Admire his efficiency. Should we wait for the jungle next year? No, now. I can still get on a plane now. I can be eating a kangaroo dick on Tuesday.
Also, it says something very sick about us. The people, that's the main thing people want to watch. And you think, what have these celebrities done to deserve all this abuse, this humiliation? You realise what they've done to deserve it is nothing. And that's why people want to watch it. They think, look at you, you've got a big house, you know, big car, tanned wife or girlfriend, and you've done all. Eat that.
We shouldn't just talk about the bad things, though, because Gemma Collins said the experience of being in there has put her off television for life. And I think we should celebrate the good things that come out of our celebrity.
Most people think they're good at interior design. True or false?
It's true.
Do you think people think they are good at interior design?
Oh, yeah, totally.
And do you think they are?
No.
What's the worst thing you see?
I mean, you haven't got long enough. I mean, just...
Heard that before.
Yeah.
That's not really an interior design issue.
No, but it's normally size that is the problem. In other words, people put the wrong size furniture in rooms. Like, so proportion is wrong.
So if you've got an average-sized living room, should you put tiny furniture in there to make it look like it's far away? What are you saying? Yeah. Well, like, put doll's furniture in there. People go, your house is massive.
Enormous. I think what it is that people don't measure it and plan it properly. You wouldn't just order something on the internet and not check the size and put the clothes on. It's the same kind of thing.
Did you order stuff online or not?
Might have done that, yeah.
What did you order?
A sofa which didn't fit.
I mean, literally didn't fit?
You couldn't get through the front door because it blocked it.
What happens in that scenario? You just...
I have to go around the back of the house, go out the sofa, back.
OK, and then how does it look in the room?
It looks better now. I've moved to a better house and it's bigger, but...
You bought a sofa that was too big and then had to move house to accommodate...
It's not the reason I moved house.
It sounds like it's one of the reasons.
It played a factor, yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
All you need to do, paint your house white, on a table in the hallway, bowl of pebbles. Lovely. Nice bowl of pebbles, everything white, and like maybe a vase with like a reed sticking out of it.
I wish I'd thought of that.
No skulls. Don't put a skull. No skulls.
I just think that gimmicks don't work. I mean, I've had somebody in the past ask me to put a fireman's pole in the bedroom.
That was not a fireman's pole. Henning, how have you decorated your beautiful home?
Decorates itself, really. I live in London. You can't swing a cat in a room or something. I can't even swing a fist in my kitchen. That's the reality of life in London. I mean, all is so... And that's why there is never any London contestants on Come Dine With Me.
That's the real problem here, yes. Finally, we got to the heart of the bloody issue. Yeah. Did you know, for example, on average, it takes 12 weeks after starting to exercise to see measurable changes to your body? And that's according to the box my penis pump came in. Another couple of weeks. 20% of mothers return to work earlier than expected. Well, to be fair, babies are annoying. And 75% of Brits have tried to give up sugar. My girlfriend can't give up her sugar. Not when her sugar looks this good, baby. Right, let's get started. OK, fingers on buzzers. Aisling's team.
These are my favourites, which is like a gal's holiday.
Oh, they're like the lads and the girls all going away together?
Yeah, I love that. Just a gal's holiday. It's just really nice because, like, you go out with your gals, then you stay out drinking every night for 7 nights until 7 a.m. You fall in love with a local barman, then you fight with your friend, then you go out and you get some food, and then you get food poisoning, you end up in a foreign hospital where you can't speak the language, and then you almost miss your flight home, and then you come back to the office and like, oh, did you have a good relaxing holiday? And you're like, yeah, it was really relaxing. Like, I love a gal's holiday.
Not entirely selling it to me, but I made up some, you know, lads on tour, girls on tour T-shirts. I think you've... there you go. Give those to you.
No.
Got some for you as well. There you go.
Oh.
We've gone for last leg over for you. Crack addict and Ryan Gaggs.
Ryan Gaggs.
Oh, this is nice. Posh nosh. Is that an instruction?
Natalie. Rob, what have you got? Let's go fucking gentle. Let's go fucking gentle. Come on, stick them on. That's the front, obviously.
I'm a bit worried about messing up my hair.
Where is it?
It's got my anus.
Is it bleach blonde?
No, I went brunette. Jimmy Carr, I said.
So, have you been on any girls' holidays?
I had a couple of girls' holidays. My niece turned 21 and we went to Ibiza. And it all sounds great. Sun, sand, sea. But I think I'm allergic to those three things. And when I go away, my legs, it's a thing called elephantitis.
I've
Has anyone
got that.
heard of this? Heard it?
Yeah, I haven't got it in my legs, but...
One nut.
So anyway, I just look shit. I'm sunburnt and I'm hot and I get drunk really quickly.
What's your level? Like, what can you drink before you're like, I'm
Well, it's very interesting. As I get older, I go from being absolutely fine, have one more glass of wine, and then I fall over.
I went to Cos. That was brutal. It's just, I don't think I could go on a lad's holiday anymore. I just sort of like my hair, my eyebrows, my marriage too much.
I did once go to Gay Pride in Berlin, and that did have a lot of lads on it. You could say that was a lads' holiday. In fact, it was entirely lads.
Lads.
Lads. That's what I kept shouting.
So, lads' holidays.
I like the drinks on those sort of holidays, like things like fish bowls. It gets you absolutely off your nuts.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Imagine my surprise. Fish bowls for everyone, please. What has that music done to you people? I believe this is a... I've given you Sex on the Beach here, and this is You've Got Blue Balls.
lean in.
Yes, please. Is it legit?
Oh, it's legit.
Oh, there's a lot. Getting a bit of brain freeze, hang on.
Yeah, we hit an iceberg.
It's not that nice.
No, it tastes like antifreeze.
Yeah, it tastes very chemical.
I don't think you should drink
I
anything
can't drink
that
it
blue.
with the straws, it's silly.
This
I mean, you can take the girl out of Albert Square. Sorry, you're really hammering through
We
that.
thought it was a contest.
We're still going.
I need to drink after the shit I've just said on here.
If you have enough of that, if you really fill up on fluids, then it'll hit the ceiling. How much have you done?
It's all in the fun bits on the bottom of the glass.
Because we're lads.
It's so much better than my other lad's holiday.
Do you remind me of those programmes, you know, those ones that are like, the lads are out in San Antonio, and they always seem to go out and do exactly the same thing. And that one where their mums and dads turn up at the end. It's like, oh my God, I'm so ashamed, I can't believe I brought you up to go and get pissed and then shag all those people. And then you see them together, their parents, and you think, yeah, you did.
Jeremy Clarkson, of course. He looks a lot older than he is. Incredibly, he's gone from 0 to 60 in 45 years. What poll do you think he might have appeared on?
Ugliest men in the world you wouldn't shag even if they were left on a desert island with you.
I was just going to say that.
Can you imagine him in bed?
I'd suck him off.
Is it somebody you'd most like to hit with a cricket bat? I say cricket bat, that's my weapon of choice. Pick your own weapon, isn't it? Obviously, really.
I think it might be just something with... Jeremy Clarkson is known... He's got a very long Biffin's Bridge, hasn't he? Beg your pardon? Biffin's Bridge. Stand up.
Right.
Right, because you've got quite a long one. You have your trousers up.
I've got quite a long one. Thanks, Sean.
He's just pulled his trousers
Yeah.
up.
Top of your trousers.
Yeah.
Right, then get your other finger and go down. Like that. Keep going. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going, keep going. That's back there, there. That's your Biffin's Bridge. Now, take your hand away. That's how long your Biffin's Bridge is.
Why is it called a Biffin's Bridge?
It's not your Biffin's Bridge.
Ladies. That was Victoria Aitken with her attempt at a rap career to illustrate posh people. So, Jeremy Clarkson and posh people, what poll do you think they might have appeared on?
Is it people who know how to use a bidet? No, my mum, a couple of years ago, my mum got a new bathroom in and she said to me, Dad, I've just paid £100 extra for one of them things that you wash your bottom with. And he said, you paid £100 for a flannel.
Is it people you never get tired of kicking?
The thing about posh people, I hate it when they laugh. Horribly laugh.
Do an imitation.
Ha 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 ha.
Do common people laughing then?
Good, I'll try and make you laugh.
Is it people that look or sound like Camilla Parker Bowles? He looks a bit like Camilla, doesn't he? He's got that sort of robustness.
No, I think...
I find her attractive.
Camilla Parker Bowles, you find her attractive in what way?
I'm thinking of Roddle.
She's nice, actually.
Have you met her?
Yes, I have. I met Prince Charles once, and he asked me, what does one do? And I explained the show, and he said, what sort of people do you have on the show? And I said, oh, you know, the husband, the wife, and the mistress.
Let's have a look at the next person. So, posh people, Jeremy Clarkson and Manchester United. What poll might they have appeared on?
Man United players are always getting done for speeding.
Yeah.
Clarkson's always going very fast. Unfortunately, not in the same direction forever. He tends to come back.
Actually, talking of Man United players and speeding, do you remember when David Beckham got done for speeding? He came out with the greatest excuse I've ever heard. He said, they asked him why he was speeding, and he said, I was being followed by a photographer. Like, no, Dave, they're called speed cameras.
Is it to do with phone companies?
What do you mean by phone companies?
Well, Jeremy Clarkson does something for BT, and Man United do Vodafone. And not a goddamn clue about the last one.
And that is why you're wrong.
Elton John. There's nothing nowhere to go with him, is there?
We could do a couple of bumming jokes, I suppose.
Oh, for God's sake.
Well, that's why I'm not doing it. That's why I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
His level of humour is so desperate.
He wasn't on a show where they eat kangaroo balls.
He actually, to be fair to Patrick, what he said was, I said, Elton, where's the comedy in Elton? And he said, we could do that. He didn't say he was going to, or he would like to. He didn't get any pleasure. You wouldn't get any pleasure out of that, would you?
I'm saying fuck all.
Do you know what? People actually have the gall to comment about my chat show. Have a look at this, would you?
Yeah, but luckily we edit this.
93% of people who what are overweight?
Watch Trisha.
So how long have you been watching the show?
Oh, I'll tell you, I'm a massive... I'll tell you, I do every day, me. That's my favourite. Pregnant with twins, only shared my brother's towel. That was my favourite.
65% of circus performers are what?
I think 65% of circus performers are covered in pie. And wearing the wrong shoes. I went to a circus in East London about 2 years ago. It's quite funny. And one of the clowns forgot to turn his mobile off. And it went off. It took him ages to find it because they've got those massive pockets. He's reached around. And the thing is, the tune on his mobile was... And he's reaching out and he got his mobile phone, switched it off. And the amazing thing was the way the other clowns reacted. They went mental at him. Right? They started pouring water down his trousers. They hit him with a ladder. They really overreacted. One of them put a barrel over him and pushed him over. Total overreaction.
65% of circus performers are not to be trusted.
Did something bad happen to you at circus once?
Yeah, and I don't want to talk about it.
I've got a little puppet. Would you tell him?
You look more like a puppet, don't you? You look a bit like a ventriloquist dummy, don't you?
It's the hair, really, that gives it away. It's so neat and tidy, it's unnatural.
So 65% of circus performers are my hair looks like a dummy's. That's your guess.
Is it animals?
Oh, that's
that was a joke.
That is a good suggestion. I'm sorry, I'm giving you credit there.
Sister!
That is a
Whose diary would you most like to read? Who got the most votes?
George Bush's would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Invaded Iraq, it was nice. Had an ice cream, it was nice.
Jesus's would be good, because he died on the Friday, he rose on the Sunday, right? But it was like, because it was Easter, it was a bank holiday weekend. Now, I've had some bank holiday weekends where I've woke up in a cave, and I've not claimed to be, anything happened. I'm just...
I thought it would be great to get hold of it the week before the Last Supper, just see if he had his suspicions, you know. Tuesday, went fishing. Wednesday, made a blind man see. Took Mary up the Casbah. Judas throwing his money about.
I'd like to read the White Lion's diary in Siegfried and Roy. Got up, ate a nutter.
Which one got eaten?
Eh?
Was it Siegfried or Roy?
But he didn't get eaten, did he? He got bit.
When it happened, the majority of people in the world went, huh.
I know one bloke who went, ah!
Who would be the best guest on Trisha?
Who's the fattest?
What happens on Trisha?
You've never seen the show?
To be fair, I've seen a bit of it, but I was cycling past the shop at the time. It was just gone.
It's a chat show where people talk about their problems, and while we're at it,
Yeah.
what is it that you do?
I can't believe there's a row and Janet isn't involved.
I think where you go wrong with Trisha is... Sorry. When it comes on, you put, like, across the bottom what the programme's all about. Now, if it's not my daughter wants to be a stripper, it gets flicked off.
Who would be the best guest on Trisha? What do you think, Sean?
Charlotte Church.
Oh.
Why is that?
Just read the papers, my friend. It's all there.
So you've gone for Charlotte Church?
Yeah.
OK.
Yep.
Who are you going to go for?
Jesus. I never knew my father.
Did you know, for example, 37% of bingo winners don't tell their other halves about their windfall? And that's because their husbands are dead. 57% of British school kids think that Germany is the most boring country in Europe, which is a good thing. We had interesting Germany. And humans and dolphins are the only mammals that have sex for pleasure, but a dog will do it for a biscuit. Let's get started. Your related question. 8% of men have secretly used dancer-sized videos to keep themselves in shape. True or false?
I don't think they're using them to stay in shape, to be honest. They're popping them on and going, yeah, I'm just staying in shape, love, that's all I'm doing.
Sarah, are you attracted to a man that can dance?
I like a manly man, but I like a man who will let himself be vulnerable enough to try dancing.
There's 6 blokes here. Let's see, chair dancing, right? Who's got the best moves for Sarah and see which one turns her on.
Yeah, let's definitely start with you.
Let's start with, OK.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good start.
Oh, got a little bit dizzy now. Steve?
Oh, God.
Come on.
I'm going to take you old school...
Oh, no. Sarah's close. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I thought you were rubbing a cat.
Is this your turn? There he goes.
Quite high in the air.
I've actually been dancing for the whole show, but I've been doing the river dance, so there's no upper body movement whatsoever. The whole show I've been dancing away happily. While you lot have been playing your panel game, I've been throwing fucking shapes under here.
There is a version of this show that goes out in Ireland, which is just Alan's feet.
Very popular it is too, but if you want some upper body stuff, what about that?
You realise whoever wins this, you have to fuck.
Yeah, here we go.
Now the high point, ladies and gentlemen, what you've all been waiting for.
It's just a bit of that.
Oh, nice.
Not too much, you know. Oh, keep those orderlies away, they're stealing my stuff.
Well, I like to take things slowly, so usually what I do is I start off with...
Sarah, what do you think? Who was the best dancer?
Who was the sexiest?
I wish I could say all of you. I love Jason personally, but I would have to say Sean because he kind of just broke through and it was funny.
Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Well done, man.
Go on, Sean. Do you want to wait till after?
Can I have it later?
OK, so let's get some guesses. 8% of men have secretly used dancer-sized videos to keep them in shape. What do you think, Sean? Yes or no?
Yeah.
True or false? True? True? Do you think true?
Yeah.
Guess properly.
True.
Fine, near enough. Jason?
I think we're going to go true, actually.
OK, you're going true. I can tell you the answer is true. Yes. Incredibly, 8% of men have used a dancer-sized video. I tried to lose weight with salsa, but I put on 4 stone, mainly because of the Doritos. So at the end of that round, it's 2 points for Sean's team and 7 points to Jason's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your first one. Most desirable superpower.
I'd like to be really smart all the time and have one hand is an iron. I'm always really smart. And everywhere I go, people go, isn't he smart?
Welcome to my world.
My superpower fantasy is invisibility. I would find somebody I hate and take a massive shit over them. But think about it, they're sitting there having lunch with their parents, bang, you're covered in shit. And I'm gone.
This is turning into a real think tank.
Yeah. In Harry Potter, they've got that invisibility cloak, haven't they? But Ron never uses it for evil, does he? It's always for good, isn't it? You never see at any point him sneaking into Hermione's room and having a little look at a Gryffindor.
Sarah, if you could have a superpower, what do you think you'd go with?
I would want the power to eat anything I want, and then it takes the nutrients out, and then I vomit in like a perfect ball, everything else, but it's mint flavored. Or no, just a fly, I think.
I'll put you down for both.
Okay.
Excellent. If you had a superpower?
I'd like to be able to run faster than the speed of sound.
You should just wish to walk at the speed of us. I'm sorry.
You kind of got it earlier. What did you say earlier?
Invisibility.
Correct answer.
Oh, I'll do.
Next question. Best way to break up with someone?
You're amazing, but I'm turned off by that.
I remember an ex-girlfriend of mine that I broke up with. She was moaning because she says some shops, there's a conspiracy. And she said to me at one point, she went, why am I a size 10 in that shop, but I'm a size 12 in that shop? I said, well, because there's a McDonald's in the middle, wasn't there? Do you know?
And you broke up because of that?
We broke up over the Big Mac. Not over it, like, give it me, you fat bitch.
You could probably get a pretty clean slate just from, like, a well-faked death.
What would happen if you bumped into them again?
I didn't think about it that far, Jason.
She just told you she was dead. Move on.
A friend of mine, when his relationships were getting too serious, used to leave his herpes medication lying around.
Friend of yours, was it?
Yeah, friend of mine.
Yeah, you can laugh. I fucked him earlier.
Not you, it's me, or... It's
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it then.
Yes, the best way to break up with someone is to blame yourself. I couldn't find the words to break up with my last girlfriend. There was nothing in the phrase book. In the end, I went with me not love you long time. Well, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are Sean, Kelvin and Alan have 2 points. Jason, Sarah and Steve are the winners with 9 points.
You thought anything? What's happened to you?
The horse sandwiches.
Oh, the horse sandwiches.
They've been talking about horse.
The horse sandwiches is a really nice way of putting it.
I'd love a horse sandwich. Who doesn't? Yeah, but it was the burgers and they got tested and it's full of horse and badger.
Don't know if there was badger in it, but there was definitely... And it happened in Ireland, didn't they? They tested the burgers and they said this has got 30% horse was one of the burgers.
Good.
Have you eaten horse?
Yeah, I've eaten horse, yeah. I've eaten horse.
Where did you eat horse?
Where do I eat horse? In a horse restaurant. A horse salad. I like it in a salad, just a big lump of horse on the top. I like salad niçoise where you have a piece of tuna. I just have salad, a big lump of horse on the top.
So the people who kind of made the horse burgers said it was a mistake. It can't be a mistake. How do you unless they've mistaken a horse for a cow?
I think it's a bit more like, you know when you get dolphin in tuna?
Oh,
you know,
we're back to
it's
tuna
like,
again.
Yeah, and you know You know when you catch your cows, you go out into the field with a big net to catch a load of cows. And you
sometimes you might get a horse.
occasionally, you'll get a couple of horses.
So that's why if you buy a burger, you should always get a horse-friendly burger.
Yeah. So you throw the net over and you drag them all off to the squashing plant. They just squash them flat, the burgers.
In fairness, what has happened, right? I mean, OK, some of the burgers were 29% horse, and that is a lot of horse in a burger. If you're expecting it to be a burger, you could eat a horse and cart, and it wouldn't be 29% horse. In fact, though, some of them are only like 0.01%, and they said it wasn't necessarily horse meat. It wasn't like strands of horse that you pull out between your teeth. It was horse DNA. And that could be anything. And I'll stop you there, Jimmy. What that could have been, that could have been the horse in the field who said, "Where are my mates gone?" And all the cows, I'm going to follow their footpath and I'm going to find them. And they follow them all the way into an abattoir and see that they've been turned into burgers. And the horse just cried into the burgers. That is enough to have horse DNA in your burger. That's what probably could have happened.
Yeah. I don't think it stacks up.
Horse is the very best thing to have in your burger. I mean, the shit that goes into, like, 8 burgers for 30... Like, the prices at Aldi and Lidl, I wouldn't be surprised if there was horse meat in their bananas.
Well, now you're saying...
Just feel shit. There's 3% jockey in those Tesco burgers. Just fucking grinding stuff in.
There's also a case of, they haven't tested haggis. I mean, what's in that? I would say a punt on at least 5% meerkat. All this fuss about horse burgers, do people know about glue? Do they know what's in glue?
Good point.
It's horses. Your Pritt stick is probably 25% Shergar.
The imagination that came up with the idea, when you look at a horse, that would be sticky.
Yeah.
If you do the right things to it, and why just horses? People look at cows and it's not going to work the same way.
Yeah. Horse. It's a similar one with lobsters, actually. You imagine the person who first dredged up probably the scariest looking animal on the earth from the bottom of the sea and went, you know what? Let's boil that alive and have it for a starter. Be delicious.
What's the weirdest meat you've had?
I've had reindeer, delish,
yeah.
Until my kid said, "You ate Rudolph." I was like, "Are you still believing in Rudolph?" He's 18. But I'd eat anything. Hamster.
Is there anything? Is there anything at all? I didn't say anything. Want to be good.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm Jewish.
If you eat meat all the time, the chances are, like every football game you go to, some bloke comes up with a caravan that he's stuck a grill in, and he goes, "You want meat?" And you just go, "Yeah, it's £2." And then you eat it. You don't know what's in there. Could be bloody anything, couldn't it? They did investigations at all the football grounds, and one of the things I read was Swansea City were selling out-of-date pate. I just thought, what's happened to football? Swansea City fans at games going, "Bryn, does this pate taste like to you?" It's a bit tart. I can't tell if that's because the apricots clashing with the cardamom or if it's...
What do you think?
The collapse of my shed. Snowfall, it's completely collapsed.
OK, what other nation are we talking about this week?
HMV have gone into liquidation. They've suddenly realised that people aren't buying videos and DVDs and CDs off them anymore, and that there's this thing called the internet where they are doing it. And so, then they looked around and think, "Hey, hang on, we've got huge stores all over the world, and we aren't making any money, so let's close them all and not do it anymore because we're losing a lot of money." That's my analysis of it.
I worry about the dog. There was no announcement. They should have said HMV's gone under and the dog's gone to live on a farm. That was what
He's not gone to live on a farm, though, has he? He's in a Tesco burger.
My husband loves a bargain bucket. Do you know how many copies we've got of The Grinch? He comes home, he goes, "Claude, look what I found."
Another cheap bucket.
Another bucket. I've got to get it.
OK, OK, so are you going to miss it, David? I mean...
I don't really have any nostalgia for it.
But it's a record store, basically, and it's not in the high street anymore. They're going to have a lot more chairs in the top shop change. You know that place outside where the sad boyfriends sit? Outside the changing rooms. They've got, like, 4 seats, and you sit there going... They're going to have to expand that massively, because normally you would just go, I'm just going to pop to HMV for half an hour and waste some time and buy some stuff we're never going to watch.
I go to Top Man without a girlfriend. Nobody knows. I just sit there all day. She'll never find the one she wants, lads, eh? Oh! Let's all go for a beer while she's in there. Let's all...
It's Top Shop that the girls go to. You're going to Top Man, you've said that.
Still works, doesn't it, Top Man? It's got, oh, she's in there, and they're all like, oh, tell me about her.
She's in there?
Trying on a suit. She tells me she's a woman.
I haven't checked.
Bernard told me she's a woman.
Trying to find something that does make her Adam's apple look big.
Let me tell you, I saw her going in, and you've got the Top Man. Well done.
She really struggles to find shoes.
I can't walk into... What was the other one? Top Girl.
Top Shop.
Top Shop. I can't walk into Top Shop without a girlfriend. I look like a bloody pervert, wouldn't I?
Walk in quickly behind some girls that are going in. Just sort of bustle around them. And sort of be chatting, and they can look round and you sort of go, ha-ha, yeah, pretend they're talking to you. And then peel off straight to the changing rooms. You can spend the whole day in there.
They're just different levels of the same shop. You have to go through Top Shop to get to
that's
Top
the
Man.
other bloody thing. It's always bloody men's clothes upstairs, isn't it? Why have I got to go up the pissing stairs? Every clothes shop, it's, oh, where are the men's door? You got 3 flights of stairs. You've got an escalator. Now, if you want a shirt, frigging go and get one, you dickhead.
Women always want to sit outside the dressing rooms.
Why can men never
Because
be
your
on the
legs
ground?
are much longer. We're tiny. We're like Ewoks. We can't start climbing upstairs, getting on escalators. We've got enough to do.
But you want it. There are genuinely men I've seen go into Top Man, they get halfway up the stairs, they think, I'll just wear this for the rest of my life, right?
I know you had a DVD out at Christmas, right?
Thanks, mate.
Did you go...
Still available in the shops, half price now.
Did you go... Is that... Do you think that's what...
Do you think I killed HMV?
Well,
It's anything to do with the opening of the Easy Hotel. The EasyJet guy, he's gone into hotels now.
Who's this, Stelios?
Stelios, and he's opening an EasyJet hotel. It's only 20 quid a night to stay in London, but the rooms are bright orange. I don't...
In fact, they are oranges.
Yeah.
You have to burrow into them.
No, actually, they're not.
Aren't they? Well, I'm not staying then.
He's gone into hotels and he's spreading his empire. He's bringing the Easy brands to loads of different things. And I'm looking forward to the Easy Zoo. I think about very sort of low-rent crap, where everything's orange. There's about 200 foxes and a pigeon that lives off Wotsits.
I can tell you that the opening of the Easy Hotel is not in the top 5.
Knew it.
Dave, your team, what have the nation been talking about this week?
I think they've been talking about the space shuttle with bits falling off it. I think it's 25 years old. What are they doing sending that up there? I've got a 15-year-old caravanette. I wouldn't got Grange over Sands in it. You know what I mean?
It must have been quite worrying when George Bush comes up on the screen to talk to them. See, on re-entry, guys, could you possibly aim the craft at Iran?
The thing is, have you seen the crew? Eileen, she's called. She's commandant. She's Eileen Collins. She's a mobile hairdresser as well, obviously. Have you seen her hair, that Eileen? It's just like done. She thought, well, I've got to put that helmet on, so she's done her hair like that. It's just like.
Do you think she decided to be an astronaut when she was at the hairdressers in one of those things? This is the look for me.
You're saying they've repaired the shuttle now? But, like, if you were on a plane and you just watched the pilot shin his way out along the wing with a hacksaw, and then he'd come in and go, oh, it's fine now. You'd be yourself.
Well, let's have a look and see if it's in the top 5 talking points this week. Yes, it is. Yes, this is the story of the repairs being carried out on the space shuttle this week. Discovery will soon be returning to home base. Or if they're closed, they'll be nipping into B&Q. The all the people in China stood on each other's shoulders, they could reach the moon, which is not only an interesting fact, it's also the latest rescue plan. What poll do you think dogs might have appeared on?
Is this dogs with specs or just dogs in general?
A friend of mine had a dog, and this is true, it's got a lisp, this dog. And when it barks, it goes like this, it goes, "Rouse!" And then it developed a stammer, and it goes, "Rouse!"
The dogs are a man's best friend, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering, is it something to do with a poll of best friends who have at one time or another in your kitchen?
No. What poll do you think might have featured the Olympics and dogs?
Is it things that postmen hate? Because postmen hate dogs, and they hate the Olympics.
Why?
Well, the Olympic Village, they go there, and it's just, you know, Saeed Asu Wara Wara, and they've just got to go and find him, haven't they? You ever been to see the postman in Olympic Village? Just...
Dogs are going to be allowed into the Olympics. Swimming.
I'd like to see a 24-hour Vic Reeves news channel.
You're in luck.
Yeah.
I actually thought I was appearing on Eat Out of Tin Cans. Well, we would just have to eat out of tin cans and enjoy it for half an hour. That's why I went on this show.
Mobile phones there. Television companies have been accused of profiting from mobile phone voting. If you want to hear the punchline to that joke, text moron to the number on your screen now. What poll do you think mobile phones, the Olympics and dogs might have appeared on?
I know. David Beckham, he did a telephone advert.
Yeah?
Football is going to be in the Olympics, and
Yeah.
Beckham rides a dog when he comes on the pitch.
It was so good, but he sort of fell down on that third one, I felt. That was the tweenies.
The tweenies are pretty terrifying. Yeah. They look sort of like a normal family that live under a mobile phone mast.
Children like dogs, the tweenies, the Olympics, and mobile phones.
Let's have a look at the next thing on the list. Paris Hilton there. What poll do you think they all might have appeared on?
Is it things that they've got other names for? Like, she's got a Paris Hilton, her real name's Reading Travel Lodge. Olympics, a lot of people just go, Olympics, innit? Can I have the points?
I think Paris Hilton is the big clue here.
So she had sex on the internet, and the tweenies have had sex on the internet.
Is it things people have been searching for on the internet?
Yeah, Frankie Moore, that's the correct answer. They all appear on a poll of the most searched words on the internet. So, at the end of that round, it is 8 points for Dave's team and 2 points to Sean's team.
Don't worry, Dave.
And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls and surveys. It's up to them to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. The greatest food innovation of the 20th century.
The spork. You know that plastic? They've made a spoon and a fork as one thing. That's clever, that spork.
I think probably the greatest leap forwards is the Muller fruit corner. That's a fantastic thing, because you can have your yoghurt first, then your fruit, or you can have your fruit, then your yoghurt, or you can just eat the fruit, not bother with the yoghurt.
He's got a point.
Or you can eat the yoghurt and just chuck the fruit on a cat or something. And it's just so many options with
Do you write the serving suggestion on the front?
Or a Scotch egg. That's a fantastic invention.
What about the gala pie? It's a similar thing, but square.
Scotch egg, vegetarians can have a Scotch egg, can't they? Because they can throw the meat away and they can eat the egg.
Yeah, and the same with the gala pie.
I'd like it to be the pot noodle. I like pot noodles because it's just pop the kettle on, taste it for 5 days afterwards. Love it.
Do you genuinely eat pot noodles?
Yeah, I watch Diagnosis Murder in the afternoon and eat chicken and mushroom pot noodles.
Have you ever thought about maybe having an affair?
Powdered egg.
Powdered egg?
Don't laugh and don't mock it. Don't you ever mock powdered egg.
I'll mock powdered egg because it's a very sad story. My grandfather, right, he had powdered egg during the war. He thought it was drugs. He snorted it, right, and he choked on his own omelette.
It's a way of preserving food.
Freezing.
Correct. The greatest food innovation of the 20th century is frozen food.
Yeah!
Did you know, for example, 12% of British women would prefer their man to be good at DIY rather than sex? I like to combine the two. Drill hole A against the wall until flush, then screw until nuts tighten. In the past. And the average person will spend 35 days of their life brushing their teeth. But spare a thought for Rob Beckett. His teeth are like the Forth Bridge. As soon as he's finished, he has to start again. Right, let's get started. Ashling's team, what do you think the nation have been talking about?
The Russians are invading Britain's Got Talent.
Yes, so this is a Russian contortionist act, caused controversy when they arrived on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah, I could do that. No, I couldn't. But I feel like we could, like, Sarah, just let me under there for a second. All right, then. I feel like it's easy enough to, like, pretend you can, like... and then... Ta-da!
Your shoe was so red and, like, beaky. It looked like something for the Muppets that we had a Muppet.
Oh, hello, old friend. How are you? All right, OK, then, bye. So Ireland's got no talent.
I'll tell you who's got the most talent on Britain's Got Talent. Go on. Amanda Holden's agent. She does nothing else. What's the last thing she did apart from that?
Les Dennis? Tom, what would your talent be?
I'd like to do something a bit sort of, I don't know, weightlifting maybe or something like that and really fail. I'd like to fail on Britain's Got Talent.
But are you strong? What can you lift? Like, what's your...
I've been bench pressing life for the last couple of years. I actually find that more impressive.
Jamali, what would your talent be?
I beat the world record of how long I could spin a pillow on my finger. Right? And I did it, and I applied, and I was like, yo, I can do this better. And they messaged me back saying, like, yeah, but we don't want to accept it.
You can spin it?
I could spin it.
So just say, I don't have any talent.
Oh, it's got a cushion?
Whoa! I'll get this. With this, would that be OK?
I could maybe do it with this. Let me see how light it is.
OK. Is it too light?
It's like a skin.
Yeah,
is it too light?
It would have... Actually, no, it's too light. What's up, Jimmy? Huh?
Well, I mean, please.
Jamali, you are the Susan Boyle of this show.
There we go, Jimmy said it was no talent. Come on, big bollocks.
Oh, gee. How tough could this possibly be? Oh, yeah, OK, yeah. No, that is pretty tricky.
George Michael, surely.
He was found slumped at Marble Arch roundabout. And to be fair to him, that is a very tough roundabout to get off. I've been at that roundabout just going, oh, sod this. But I think in some ways it's a metaphorical roundabout for him. One way, it's to go back to his clean-cut pop image. Another way is to carry on having sex in toilets with strangers, taking loads of drugs. And then the other way is Edgware Road. But the thing I thought was funny was they said they found some sex toys in his boot. And I thought, that's probably jump leads.
Apparently, though, you know, when they opened up the boot and found the sex toys, the gimp mask and the gay porn, he said he was off to a Lib Dem fundraiser on Hampstead Heath.
He slumped unconscious at the wheel and they couldn't rouse him.
They couldn't rouse him?
They couldn't rouse him.
If that happens, have a cuddle and then try again in half an hour.
I mean, he's sort of following the Pete Doherty school of driving, which is just get in a car and just get nicked. I don't know who the hell insures Pete Doherty. How does he get car insurance?
Well, he said to the police, he said, I'm not that much of a junkie anyway, didn't he? Maybe that's how he got car insurance. Not too much of a junkie.
But the other weird thing about Pete Doherty is he's the fattest heroin addict in the world. What's he cutting it with? Utterly butterly?
The pay gap between men and women, that they've done some survey that over a working career, a woman will earn £1 million less than a man.
But they're not taking into account all the extra money you make at bingo.
Yeah, Obviously.
There's no point paying us anymore, though, because we would just waste it, wouldn't we?
We would.
Chocolate and see-through knickers.
Yeah.
Definitely motivated, aren't we, men and women? I think you've all been paid with money to come on this show. And Mira and I have there's a room full of baby seals at the back that we've been cuddling before we came on. And then the producer came into the dressing room and complimented me for an hour and a half on my frock.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Do you want to go clubbing later? The baby seals.
Yes, I know, I got that, though.
It's hardly surprising women earn less with that story in the week about the air hostess. Did you see that story? There's an air hostess on a Virgin flight, a bit of turbulence, she went, "We're all going to die! It's going to crash! We're all going to die!" Normally people complain about a lack of information, don't they? You know, no wonder you're on 2 bob and a dozen eggs.
2 bob and a dozen eggs? You really understand women.
What gets me about this report is it's women undermining women because they're basically saying they're picking the wrong jobs and stuff. Because there was actually a woman who said it, Baroness Margaret Prosser, and I quote, she said, "Women in full-time work earn 13% less per hour," or something like that. I'm a bit just there.
Well, one of the things that did come out of the report is the fact that it's the type of jobs that women go into. They're given bad careers advice.
The 5 C's.
The 5 C's, yeah.
What is it? Caring?
Caring,
clerical.
cashiering.
Cheerleading?
Targets? Is it calling into the X Factor?
Yeah.
It's catering, cleaning, cashiering, clerical work, and caring.
Like nursing. That's a tough job, nurse. Going from pub to pub, take your clothes off. But also, there's a thing, I saw this thing, there's a way women can earn extra money. Did you see this thing at Heathrow Airport? They're giving people... If you work at Heathrow Airport and you find a bomb, you get 50 quid.
Yeah.
And W.H. Smith vouchers.
I believe it's M&S vouchers.
M&S vouchers?
M&S vouchers you get.
You can get yourself some new knickers while you yourself. You find a bomb in your bag.
Isn't that just their job, though?
Yeah, but they're incentivising them with
incentivising with gift
as if you didn't have that, a bomb would go past and you go,
Yeah.
"No, it. I'm on an hourly rate. What is the point?"
You know that thing they say, if you leave your bags unattended, your luggage will be taken away and destroyed? That's the job I want. I imagine there's a big, long room at Heathrow and there's some luggage at the end, and me at the other end with a bazooka. And I'll blow it up, and there's just sun cream and knickers going everywhere. Running through it. I don't want vouchers. I want that job.
In the 1940s, 25% of men what?
Had my nan in an Anderson shelter.
She flattened some grass, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
Is it 25% of men ate a diet of only powdered egg and weasels?
Weasels?
25% of men who fought for our freedom and our future rights didn't realise 60 years later all the thanks they'd get would be happy slapping and pushing dog shit through the letterbox.
Well, Alan, all I've got to say to that is stop it.
In the 1940s, 25% of men wore knitted swimming trunks. They never had proper swimming trunks in them. They just used to knit them, didn't they? You used to go paddling off the coast of Blackpool and your trunks would be 3 foot behind you. Full of scampi.
It's to do with kind of moral depravity.
We're having affairs?
It's not having an affair. It's, I think, morally worse than that.
Murdered. You say it's worse than having an affair. Just trying to... I mean, it might be a bit of a leap.
I think...
Visited hookers?
Correct. That's the right answer. Yes, in the 1940s, 25% of men slept with prostitutes. It sounds bad, but have a look at your gran. Can you blame them? 75% of Russians are afraid of what?
Is it Virginia Woolfsky?
I wish it was.
Well, it's texting. They've got to take their gloves off, haven't they? You ever tried texting with gloves on? You end up trying to say something like, "Hi, how are you?" And you end up saying, "Fuck us back at boost bob, mate."
Is it KGB?
It's not the KGB, it's related to that.
Oh.
B&Q.
B&Q is not related to the KGB. They were never...
TBC.
No.
CBeebies.
Correct.
Afraid of CBeebies, yeah.
It's one of the emergency services.
The AA.
Is it the police?
Yes, it is the police. Yes, 75% of Russians are afraid of their own police force. The other 25 are missing. Shh, say nothing.
Don't upset the Russians, Jimmy. Don't upset the Russians because they got all the gas. They could phone up Power Gen and say, don't give him any gas. And they'll do it.
You know what the irony will be? They won't be annoyed at the joke, they'll be annoyed at that accent. OK, the average Brit has lost 37 what?
37 hours of their life explaining the internet to an old person.
It's like a big, what, like an encyclopedia? Yeah. Another cup of tea and a biscuit.
Is it Twixes? I've never lost a Twix, it was a guess. Imagine if you'd lost 37 of them, though. You'd stop buying them, wouldn't you? What are you going to have? Mars bar, Twix? I'm not having a Twix, keep losing.
I like the way as a badge of honour you said, I've never lost a Twix.
37 elderly relatives to Errol Shipman.
I'll give you a clue. They're round and shiny, they have a hole in them.
Women?
Are you single by any chance?
CDs is the right answer. Did you know, for example, 75% of Brits have tried to give up sugar. My girlfriend can't give up her sugar. Not when her sugar looks this good, baby. The number of vegans in the UK has risen by 300% in the past 10 years. I had no idea there were so many vegans. After all, it's not like they go on about it all the fucking time. And 64% of teenagers think they have it harder than their parents. Well, I'd like to say to those teenagers, they're wrong. No one has ever had it harder than your mum. Right, let's get started. Most people think their life would make a good soap opera. True or false?
I was in a soap in Ireland. It was my first acting job at a drama school. Yes.
What was it called?
It was called Fair City. And there you go.
The rest of the cast are here too. Who did you play in Fair City?
Now, this is an Irish name, and it's actually my middle name as well. It's Cleena. People go, what, your middle name's Cleena? Yes, it's an ancient Celtic name, thank you.
How do you spell it?
Cliodhnadh.
It feels like, I know it's not the case now, I carry an Irish passport, prior Irishman. It sounds sometimes like the spelling of names in Ireland, it's like they just wanted to win at Scrabble. So go on, so...
Yeah, I was Cleena and I played Keith Duffy's wife. Not like Keith Duffy played a character, just about. And...
Whoa. Don't have a go at people with limited range.
Yes. Oh, now...
You can talk.
How dare you? Go on, so you were on the soap?
Yeah, we're on the soap, but I used to always hate, sometimes the writers just never wrote a reaction sentence. So they'd go like, you know your boyfriend had an affair, and then it would say end on Cleena. But they'd leave it for about 10 seconds, and they go, you know your boyfriend had an affair, and you'd go, Thank God, I'm dying on my arse here.
I must say, one little thing that I remember. Coronation Street, it's a story that goes around, I don't even know if it's true or who it was.
Well, you're just
but when you
slagging off
get
the competition,
scripts
yeah?
and stuff, yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a scene going on apparently with really famous characters. Let's just say Ken and Deirdre.
Yeah,
what have you.
my favourite.
And they're in the thing. And so the one actor comes in, and they're doing a line run, and they're doing this scene. Oh, Ken and Ken's Deirdre, and someone comes in, and they start miming. The director said, "What are you doing?" They said, oh, I'm just hoovering in the background. And he's like, no, it's hovering.
Did you know, for example, there are 759 pubs in Britain called the Red Lion? My favourite is the Red Lion. An eighth of all liposuction patients are now in a bin round the back of the hospital. And in Sweden, an average of 10 car crashes a day involve the death of a moose, which is why the Swedes are such a good-looking race. Let's get started. Sean, Jim, James, what have the nation been talking about?
Is it the tragic tale of the Madonna and Guy Richie divorce?
Were you just wiping away a tear?
Yeah, a tear. It's turned out to be quite acrimonious. Part of the problem is her Kabbalah faith. Like, in their house, she's banned Christmas. I was thinking, she's called Madonna, right? That's like Captain Birdseye banning fish.
I don't understand the bitterness that people were displaying. Like, everybody's rubbing their hands together with glee because they're splitting up. Oh, look at them, they enjoyed 7 years of marriage, the failures. All the relationships I've had only last as long as it takes us to pass a reasonable-looking or even just clean man on the street, and then they're off clawing desperately at his back. So I just find it kind of sad.
Well, don't go out with cats. You perverts.
Are you a fan of his work, the Guy Ritchie?
Yeah, I just find it odd that every Guy Ritchie film that comes out has on the poster Richie back to his best, which, you know, was just sort of above average. In the new film, it's all like, what is it about to be a rock and roller? I don't shiver git.
It bothers me that she's a mum, and if you look at all her recent videos, she's always in knickers, and we get it. OK, you work out, you've got a good body. Pants, put a little skirt on, perhaps, a pair of shorts.
I think for her age, she still looks quite fit. She is 80, isn't she?
I think she should come on in an orange. Just her little hands and arms, like a promotion. You know, like when they promote a new drink, and someone dresses up as an orange? Yeah. Why doesn't she have a bit of fun, have a laugh at it now? Yeah. Madonna's orange tour, she just comes out in an orange. Rolls around the stage.
For the encore, she comes out as like a hot dog.
Yeah.
Voguing in it.
Yeah. A banana, face in a banana.
OK, let's see if Madonna and Guy Ritchie are one of the most talked about things this week. This is the continuing story of Madonna and Guy Ritchie's divorce. They used to have great nights out down the pub. Old, peculiar, bitter. Just 3 reasons why he chose to divorce her. OK, Jason, Olivia and Charlie, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Is it the government releasing these UFO files or Operation Keep Everyone's Mind Off the Economy? Apparently, we're being visited by 11,000 UFOs or something. Only 5% are actually unidentified flying objects. The rest are like planes and stuff like that. And I think they can be sort of whittled down to 5% of people are mental. Yeah. There was one bloke who spotted a UFO land on a bypass in Somerset, right? It landed. 2 figures got out, dressed in black, and one of them checked the engine. Who is flying at light speeds to get here? One of them's gone, oh, cam belt's gone. People never spot these things in, like, London.
Yeah.
Or Paris, or anywhere where people are generally looking up at great things. Like, there's always someone looking up at the Eiffel Tower. And there's never been a single thing. It's always like Norwich. The only people they seem to target are people that are a bit weird with really shit camera equipment.
I've been abducted by aliens.
Yeah. We all
Loads of times. I had to take out a restraining order. I put it up on my bedroom door. I heard them come upstairs and go...
What happened when you were abducted?
They said, do you know, where's Jimmy Carr live? We want to bring him home.
Let's have a look and see if UFOs are one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, this week the Ministry of Defence have released files about past UFO sightings. I didn't want to admit I'd seen a UFO in case I was branded a nutter, said one nutter. Sean? Jim, James, what else have the nation been talking about?
The American election?
This week, Colin Powell came out in support of Barack Obama, didn't he? Which was quite unusual because Barack's a Democrat and Colin's a Republican, so...
Sarah Palin, isn't it? That's her name,
yeah,
the woman. Yeah. The more right-wing she gets, the more attractive I'm starting to find her. Is that wrong? Like a sexy Hitler.
Isn't a sexy Hitler you, Jimmy?
I do not really get the joke.
Do you really find her attractive, though?
No, truly.
People say they find her attractive, but I think it would be like sticking your dick into a swirling vortex of hate.
That's what I want in a wife.
Last time you came on, you were sexually aroused by Barack Obama.
The whole... I am so into the election, I'm Sky Plus in the debates.
Yeah. I think a lot of the politics, James, is going over your head, though.
Charlie, you presumably watch an unimaginable amount of TV. Have you watched the debates?
I did watch the debates. I watched the debates on CNN, which was mesmerising, because they had a little voter approval graph at the bottom, which was like a wobbly line, hooked up to some Ohio voters, and they'd twist a dial. If one of them said something they'd like, they'd twist a dial up, and if they didn't like it, they'd twist it down. So there's this wobbly line going. And all you did was end up staring at the line. And then I was kind of thinking it would be nice if people had those approval graphs on their heads when you were talking to them, so you could tell if they were interested in what you were saying or not. And then I realised that's basically facial expressions.
Okay, well, incredibly, it's not one of the most talked about things this week. It's been in the news a lot, but not one of the most talked about. The US election campaign continues. John McCain has a purple heart from his days in the army. He also has a purple face and shooting pains up his left arm. If McCain wins, he says he'll start with a clean sheet, which he'll cut 2 eye holes in and then pop over his head.
Faster trains?
Faster trains.
Between Manchester, Leeds and London?
Manchester, Leeds and London. That's, you're going the long way round, aren't you?
Well, you know, they can't get the one that they're doing now on time, so are they going to make it 1 hour and 6 if they can't do it in 2 hours from Manchester to London?
I'm quite happy with 2 hours to Manchester. I think you need a little bit of time to prepare yourself for going up north.
I don't like this fast train because I don't like being early. I'm going to... You know, because it takes an hour, you're going to be early, you're just going to be hanging about. Get a slow one, keep warm.
I don't think you will be early because it's not going to be built for 20 years.
Yeah. 2033, isn't it?
Yes, it's going to be finished in 2033.
I thought we'd be teleporting by then. If I haven't got jetpacks, I don't want to be alive, let alone clinging on for life in a super fast buffet car, like.
Too fast, isn't it?
Too fast.
You'll have to change train impressions for kids. Like, it can't go... Won't do that, will it? It'll just go...
That won't be as good.
It wasn't that long ago that they binned Concorde, which was really quick getting to the States because it cost too much money. But now they've decided to spend 30 billion just to go to Manchester.
Are you saying we should get Concords to Manchester?
We could... Because
I'm in.
30 billion, yeah.
Well, for that kind of money, I mean, there's other things we could spend that money on, aren't there? I mean, it's a huge amount.
Yeah.
We could have a free bar on the train for 20 years. This is great. Days after signing to City, Balotelli crashed his car on the way to training, and when the police asked him why he had £5,000 in cash on him, he replied, "Because I am rich."
He's a lunatic. If he wasn't a professional footballer, he'd just be in the park shouting at ducks.
It'd be nice for you to have some company. So Balotelli's girlfriend has said that she'll come and visit him in Milan because she said that Manchester was too remote.
You'll change your mind when that new train track's built, Jimmy. They're all the supermodels will come crawling back when they can get to Towton in the Midlands. Coming back with their knickers round their ankles.
Tiny little
Isn't that a phrase, though? You'll be back with your knickers round... Is that
Tail in
a
between your
phrase?
legs, isn't it?
That is definitely not a phrase.
Is it not tail between your legs?
I think it's in... John, I think it sounds better in the original Latin. Quest testos retonos per me. An inscription above a church. You'll be back with your knickers round your ankles. Oh, man.
It's exciting, though, isn't it, football, transfer deadline day? Because that happens in comedy as well. I got a last-minute bid from Loose Women today, but failed the medical.
The incredible thing about this, so he's David Beckham has signed for Paris Saint-Germain, and he's donating his entire £150,000 a week salary to a children's charity. Is that bad?
Yeah. He wants to be Sir David Beckham.
Is
That's
that
what
bad?
it's about.
It's a children's charity.
In my book, that's evil. It's wrong. It should be stopped now. Stop him with his evil, conniving, giving money, all his wages to charity schemes. What the he playing? Don't pretend that there's not a bigger agenda here. Say something.
He was obviously pissed when he said it.
Beckham apparently is going to move into this mansion, and it's got a panic room, otherwise known as the library.
Well, I like the Iranian space launch. The Iranians have sent a monkey into space, which obviously people are worried about the animal rights. They wanted to check it was safe for the monkey, so they sent a woman up first. Well, she got the bloody thing back. She couldn't park it, could she? So... These are jokes at the expense of the Iranian policy on women, not my views, which happen to be the same. The most amazing thing I read this week is it said, from the census, they found out that 140,000 people can't speak English. But how did they fill the census in?
Really badly.
It was saying that our second language now in this country is Polish.
Yeah, no, they said that in the paper, but the Daily Mail wrote this massive thing going, our second language is now Polish, like they were angry about it. Our second language is always going to be a foreign language, Daily Mail. What would you do, John, if you weren't doing this?
I'd quite like to be a milkman. I'm a real buzz at giving people milk, but in my experience, unless you've got the uniform, it's weird. You just knock on someone's door with some milk and go, there you go.
If I couldn't do this, I'd like to be a zookeeper. But I wouldn't touch any
I've got a friend who's a zookeeper, and it is an amazing job.
I've got a friend
Is this true? Really?
He's got a dangerous wild animal rescue facility in Woking, this little house in Essex. There's an emu, and he gave me an emu egg, which looks like a dino egg. It's bright green, and I made an omelette out of it the other day.
Oh. Well, that's...
Oh,
sorry, is this a rescue centre for the animals? If you're eating some of them...
No, it's an emu
We didn't
egg.
get the funding we were hoping for, so...
Well, Beaky hasn't got a boyfriend, so you're not eating it wouldn't be an emu because it's not fertilised. It's just an egg. It's
Go
just
very
like a
nicely
massive...
with the leopard bacon.
I'm sorry, the most annoying thing couples do. Well, let's go to our specialist on this, John. What is the most annoying thing that loving couples do?
It's when they finish each other's...
sentences.
What pisses me off about my male friends is they... Because couples is great, isn't it, when you're in a relationship, but then men feel this obligation to pretend she won't let him come out, when really they just don't want to say to their mates, I'd rather watch a film and shag and listen to you moan on about your life. But they go, yeah, I'd love to calm down a boozer, but she won't f***ing let up. Yeah. Just say it. Your relationship is better than your friendship with me. I'll take it. I don't give a
Thing is, John, they're not even watching a DVD or having sex. They'd just rather not go out with you.
That's a lie. That's a lie. They are watching a DVD because I'm watching through their window. You can change your plans, but I'll still be there, whether you know.
Is it when they get captured by Somalian pirates? That's annoying. Oh, God. How long is this going to drag on for?
And they're away for months and they want to whip round and... Oh.
You're a couple. You don't go round the Horn of Africa. What are you thinking?
So you're newly married, right? You've been married less than a year.
Yep.
Do you ever get the sense you're annoying other people? When you go out to dinner in a restaurant, do you talk to each other?
Yeah.
That
When we
annoys
go
me.
out as a couple, though, he can't get a word in edgeways. He's quite quiet.
I'm like that with my husband. Oh. He can't get a word in. He's in the hotel at the moment, hungover.
He's in the hotel hungover?
Yeah, it was my birthday yesterday.
Right. And he drank through that, did he? Sure he did, sure.
So what really annoys me about couples is when they don't refuse to put an offer in on any of the villas in Place in the Sun. And Tom and Tina have decided not to make an offer on any of the properties we've seen. I just watched you look at 5 properties. What was wrong with that kitchen? You can paint it, you stupid. You're wasting everyone's time.
What do you think, Chris? What's the most annoying thing couples do?
Ask you to join in.
No, they do not do that.
Not let you join in.
Correct. Did you know, for example, 77% of men get down on one knee when they propose? It's a meaningless tradition, but some people still like marriage. 1 in 3 horses in the UK are lame. So you might think horses are cool, but actually a third of them pretty lame. And 17% of adults don't class sexting as cheating. I love sexting. Nothing turns me on more than reading the phrase, "who dis?" Right, let's get started. Rob, what do you think the nation should be talking about?
Yeah, I'm a Celebrity Get Me Out of Here jungle show's back now, isn't it?
No, you used to work out there. You used to do the... What was the show on after?
Yeah, so I used to do the spin-off show, and we talk about us in jungle. But I did that for 3 years. I miss it. So I really miss it. Sometimes I just go to Rainforest Cafe for a sit-down.
Rob, did you remember I was there?
Yeah, I was there when you were there.
Yes, respect. What are you saying?
Yeah, what I liked about when you was there, Joey's got... I mean, I'm not going to have a go at your teeth, because I can't really, you know... But when you was on it, when you used to brush your teeth, and I don't know if you still do this, this made me laugh so much. He doesn't move the toothbrush, you just shake your head.
It's so rude. Mate, I still do it.
So how do you brush your teeth?
Can you every single day, like that.
Yeah, but Joey, when you brush your head, you just keep the comb still and just move your head.
I'm almost afraid to ask this, but how do you wipe your arse?
Completely normal.
Yeah, that is weird.
You know, crocodile vagina's on the menu this time.
Crocodile vagina?
They've got crocodile vagina in
Apparently.
again. With Katie Hopkins going back in.
That is an insult to crocodiles.
Well, what's weird is they always do something... It's always something random, like a camel's toe or a crocodile vagina or something off a kangaroo. I feel like there must be, like, sort of like some support centre for all these animals.
Yeah, what happens to them
This is
after?
the crocodiles, they ate my vagina. I lost my toe. That kangaroo crying in the corner going, Christopher Biggins ate my arsehole.
Not the first person to say that, I shouldn't wonder. Sheen, were you a fan of the show?
I saw the one where, what's her name, Gillian, is it Gillian McKeith? Is that how you say her name?
Gillian McKeith.
Yeah, Gillian, you say whatever. And she fainted because she wanted to do a challenge. I once done that in an old job. I was really hungover and I went into a biscuit cupboard in the morning and I went to go for a sleep. And my boss came in and found me and I went, oh, I must have fainted. And she went, halfway through a Kit Kat.
What did you think of Scarlett Moffat as well? Because she ultimately won.
I liked the fact that she looked so beautiful afterwards, like she had no makeup on and stuff, and it did remind me, the amount of effort we put in, you'll never actually know. You're curling your eyelashes, you're dyeing your skin, you're plumping up your boobs, you're pulling on your Spanx,
Yes, we are.
you're getting at the hair, you're doing the hair here, you're going downstairs, hacking away, trying to get rid of it so someone can get their head in there. You're doing all this stuff. Then you come downstairs and you go, well, how do I look? And he's like, well, you always look beautiful to me. And you're like, fuck you!
Chris Huhne.
Oh, yes.
Go on, so explain the story, John. What's the full story?
Well, 10 years ago, Chris Huhne was doing 69 in a 50, and he had 9 points. He didn't want to lose his licence, so allegedly he bullied his wife into taking the points. Then he left his wife for a woman who genuinely used to do the PR for Top of the Pops. Now, she has had a career, hasn't she? PR for Top of the Pops, Chris Huhne, and I wouldn't be surprised if she turned out to be your accountant. She has had a bad... But the thing is, he basically said to his wife, take these points, and she took them at the time, and then she found out he'd been cheating on her. So she went to a newspaper and said, I've got this story, do you think I'll get into trouble?
Didn't she buy a wire off the internet, a recording device, and recorded him confessing in order to sell it to the paper?
She tried.
That's devious.
But the mistake he's made is that he hasn't married someone. You can only do that if you marry someone who looks like you. So Brian May and Anita Dobson, they do it all the time. He drives like a nutter, pissed, and then he says, it was Anita that was driving. Marry someone who looks like you. Terrible sex life, obviously.
Oh, I don't know.
My favourite thing about all of it is the texts from his son, which, when you read them, are just staggering. The one on Christmas Day is pretty much like, hope you have a great Christmas, love you, Dad. Well, I hate you, so f*** off.
There was another exchange which I think is even better. This is Chris Huhne saying to his son, Peter, I do hope your exams are going OK, despite everything over the last few weeks. Thinking of you, love you, Dad. P.S. It's Grandad's birthday today. And then his son texts back, don't text me, you fat piece of
That mouthy son of his, he better hope he doesn't get put in prison, because he's going to come out all hardened, isn't he?
Oh, yeah.
Go, yeah, you remember them texts you sent me? Who's a fat now, you muppet?
Wow. Kean, would you take points for your partner? Your partner said
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Well, that seems like a very honest answer.
I mean, first of all, you know, I'm not divorced, and you know, my son doesn't think I'm a prick. So, them two things put together, you know, I would like to think that as a family we would stick together.
You like to think you'd get away with it?
I do that. I have to take points for my wife, yeah. She drives like a lunatic.
I bet his wife is spitting.
Now, the other thing about it, does he deserve to go to jail? Because basically his crime is he did 69 miles in a 50 zone and he's going to jail. He has played that very, very badly.
Yeah. He's a div, though, because, you know, I mean, a whole political career down the toilet for 3 points is one thing, but he's besmirched the good name of politicians. Very, very rarely are in the news for the wrong. Occasionally you'll get the Jeffrey Archer, I remember, you know, he was supposed to have shagged prostitutes and he lied in court. But apart from, well, Jonathan Aitken, he lied in court. But apart from those two, well, you had Neil Hamilton getting brown envelopes full of cash from Mohammed Al-Fayed. But well, you also had Jackie Smith and her husband putting porn movies on expenses. So, and the bloke who put his duck house on expenses. And John Major, when he did his Back to Basics thing, he was nobbing Edwina Curry. We had cash for questions, cash for honours, cash for influence, arms to Iraq. But apart from those scandals, politicians have had a very, very good name in this country.
John, any musical aspirations? Would you ever...
The only band I would like to be in is the Proclaimers.
Why the Proclaimers? Why would you want to be...
Why would you not want to be in the Proclaimers? There's a song that just ends with 5 minutes of them both screaming the word Gene. Gene! That's it. And they're in a band and they do that, and they're so cool. But they hate the English so much. It's a real barrier. I'd have to pretend from the beginning to be a brother that they didn't know about. Hello!
Tess, have you ever been...
I haven't been in a band, but I've been in quite a few bands' videos.
Which videos were you in?
I did 2 Duran Duran videos, and then I was in 2 Soul to Soul videos, a Beloved video, the
Soul
one
to
where
Soul,
everyone was
Beloved Duran
naked,
Duran.
bar a few little, you know, plasters and...
You were in that one?
I was in that one,
What
honey.
one's that? Plasters?
But, you know, elastoplast and the right, you
What
know...
a sexy look that is.
Nothing.
I'm
just
naked
so
and I
that
might
you
have
know, you
cut
could
my nipples.
preserve your mind.
I'm in an Elton John video. He keeps it at home.
Sure, why not?
I've only got one song on my iPod, which is Rock Around the Clock. And I have it on shuffle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just for hours on end driving. Drives my wife mental.
It answers a lot of questions, though. That's why she drives like that.
1, 2, 3. Over and over again.
OK, let's get some on. So most people would rather be in a band than a solo singer. What are you going to go for, Sean?
Band.
Band?
You think band? What do you guys think?
I think solo singer.
Solo.
Solo singer, OK. I can tell you the answer is 72% of people would rather be in a band than a solo singer. You're right. So the winner is the name of our final round. Here's your question. Top advice you'd give your younger self?
I know what I'd say. I'd say, it doesn't matter how curious you are, don't stick your cock in that barrel.
Top advice, what would you tell yourself?
It's difficult for me because I am my younger self. It's just more a question for you old really, isn't it? I wish I'd walked my dog more. That's a serious one. Just telling you, if you're a dog owner and it's raining, one day that dog will be dead and you'll think, I should have taken him down the canal.
Did you never walk your dog?
Not a lot, really. I was out banging. Well, more to the point, I was indoors watching videos. But
Steve, how old were you when you joined Westlife?
I was 16 when it started.
So what advice would you give your younger self? What do you think?
There was one incident where me and one of the other guys in the band, I won't mention any names, pissed in George Michael's back garden and got caught, which wasn't a good incident.
You got caught by George Michael with your cock out? That is a disaster. Stephen, what do you think?
I would say to myself, denim jacket with Saxon written in biro on the back with pixie boots is not a good look.
Yet.
What
I would say if I met my younger self is less of that, a bit more of that. Right?
Yeah.
Less of that, stop that, do that.
Stop being such a dick.
No.
That's what I'd say to me.
All right.
Yeah. The younger me, not the cool me now.
Yeah, yeah.
And the younger dickheadish me.
Yeah, where's he gone?
Yeah.
Where's he hiding?
Depends how young you're talking now, doesn't it? If you're going really young, stop crying and shitting your pants. And then right through to, I know you think she's gone out, but she's going to come back early, so stop the video and take it out. About 5 minutes before you thought you were going to. Sorry, Mum. Techniques.
Tess, what do you think? What advice would you give your younger self?
Never cut your own hair.
Were you cutting your own hair?
Yes. Nail scissors out the bathroom cabinet, have a little trim, a little bit more, and then before you know it, it's not good. It's not
Look
good.
at mine, I'm the before.
Stay away from the scissors. Stay away.
This isn't a hairstyle, this is weather.
I would say don't shave the little bit of hair on the small of your back before you go on the rugby tour, because no one's going to see it anyway, and it'll just keep growing back stronger and stronger for the rest of your life. And now it looks like you've got a little bunny's tail.
And the other one, talking of shaving, is be very careful when you're shaving your balls, because you will nick yourself.
Finally. Oh, dude. Finally, some advice we can use.
You've got to use Nair. You got to use Nair. You can't be getting a blade near those. Nair.
That's the no-no thing.
Nair, hair removal cream. If you're going after the balls, you don't bring the razor anywhere near the neighborhood. Shit.
Okay, next
Well,
question,
you just
Jimmy.
Found that? Okay. Top advice you'd give your younger self?
My dad said to me, never take any advice from anyone. Very wise.
It's getting in your head there.
I'd say, hey, don't get so upset about that rejection letter from Jim. Will fix it. It's actually a good thing.
Did you know, for example, 26% of new mums worry about their social life changing? So you lose the chance to hang out with the girls, drink Prosecco and have a good old gossip. But on the other hand, you've got sick down your top, your house stinks of baby shit and your boobs ache. So, swings and roundabouts. 10,000 birds die each year crashing in windows. Hey, birds, get with it. Maybe it's time you got a Mac. That is a silly joke. And 17% of women want a partner who likes their cooking better than their mums. I'll admit my girlfriend's cooking is much better than my mum's, but when it comes to blowjobs... Right, let's get started. Best way to put the spark back into a relationship? What do you think, Rob?
Role play? She rolls over and I play with myself.
Alex, what do you think? What's the best way to put the spark back into a relationship?
I think there are two options.
OK.
Alcohol.
Perfect.
Easy. Or a life and death situation.
Sometimes you can combine the two. If you're doing enough Jaeger bombs in one night, oh.
Or if you're having a picnic on a very high cliff. Hold on, back in love.
What do you think, Aisling, if you had to put the spark back into a relationship?
Why bother with sparks? Why not go fire? Set yourself on fire, then he'll notice me!
Craig?
I'd say have an affair. You know, the breakup sex is brilliant. and then coming back to one another is brilliant.
You really are the voice of Strictly.
Have an affair, everyone. Well, they've all taken that advice, haven't they?
See, I would never do Strictly. If I wanted to cheat on my husband, I would just do it and skip all the dance rehearsals.
It's such a convenient excuse, isn't it? Like, oh, I was cursed. I didn't know what I was doing. I walked under a ladder and fell onto his cock. I didn't know what had happened.
Have you had relationships that needed a little bit of a spark, and what did you do?
Absolutely. My boyfriend's so cute, but it's kind of nerdy. He, like, wears a mouth guard every night to bed, and he sweats a lot. So I just, like, imagine he's a boxer. He has, like, little night terrors. I'm like, fight him, baby. So cute.
I'll tell you what doesn't put a spark back into a relationship, if you've got kids, is when the baby's crying and you go, oh, have you tried giving it some milk?
Don't tell me this.
And she goes, oh, yeah, I'm just sitting here with a baby. I'm not fucking feeding for 3 hours. Oh, yeah, I didn't think to give it milk, did I? I was sitting there looking at crying at me.
Your missus sounds charming.
Oi, oi! Rob's home.
Did you meet your wife in prison?
Sitting here with a baby, not feeding it. Oi, oi!
This little mug's had nothing 3 days.
OK, best way to put a spark back in a relationship. What do you think?
Toys or...
Sex toys. Number 10 is swinging.
Oh, no.
Oh, just going to the park's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. Date night.
Date night's number 2. It's more than a date night.
A weekend away.
Yeah,
that's the right answer.
Away.
Yeah. Yes, the best way to put a spark back into a relationship is a weekend away. I tried to be romantic by taking my girlfriend to a spa, but apparently she wasn't impressed, and it's not even a decent supermarket.
Surely the Pope.
This is a huge story, isn't it?
Well, the Pope sort of woke up on Monday and thought, oh, God, I'll go to work.
Well, in fairness, he doesn't have to be at work till Sunday.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's not true, because the week that's in it, I think he had to write 1 million Valentine's cards to all the nuns.
God was not happy at all about this, was he?
No, did you see the lightning bolt?
So this is a picture of the Vatican 12 hours after the Pope resigned.
If the church had any sense, they would have a news story after that saying there was a nun in there doing some paperwork and she's pregnant now.
Why do the popes always start old?
Well, they're talking about the Ghanaian Cardinal Peter Turkson being the next Pope. That's him with Chris Huhne now. You can see Chris Huhne's asking him to take a few points for him.
What I want to know is, if we're going to have a black Pope, when are we going to have a black Queen? No talk of a black Queen, is there?
Keep an eye on Kate Middleton.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I don't know what that means. Explain that one.
Well, I'm saying maybe her baby is going to be black, because it's probably not.
The Queen's not elected, is it? No, that's a serious answer.
Yeah, but that's what makes it weird, that people choose the Pope. Shouldn't it be someone who something magical has happened to? You know, like you got Jesus, like he was the guy, because, you know, you knew... No, I'm just saying, you know that he was chosen by God because he'd done magic things. It should more, you know...
So you think, what, Paul Daniels? Who are you? Let's have a look and see if the Pope's up there. Yes, the Pope's resigned. Yes, the Pope has resigned. He's going to be difficult to replace. Where are we going to find another paedophile apologist who's also a Nazi? OK.
Can I just do a little disclaimer? Can we just make sure we don't put the bit about me talking about she might have a black baby? I'm really scared of the royal family.
Are you genuinely scared of the royal family?
I'm just scared that they can kill you, they can organise.
Once a decade, they do one of their own. They don't go outside the family.
If Kate Middleton has a white baby, they'll just ignore you. If she has a black baby, they'll have their own problems to deal with. There'll be a lot of questions to ask.
The main worry is not if it's black, it's whether it's ginger. That's the main worry. That's the thing everyone's worried about.
I feel much better now because, like, more of us have said stuff now, so at least...
Sean, Jamelia, Paul, what else have the nation been talking about?
Well, there's been this business in North Korea with their successful nuclear test.
They're trying to build a nuclear warhead small enough to go on a missile, basically.
Okay.
So they've miniaturised it. It has a range of 1,000 kilometres, so it could hit Japan or China, but not the US or UK. So if you're watching North Korea, you. Now, if you had access to a nuclear weapon, John, what would you bomb?
I don't think I'd bomb anyone, because then the threat's gone. I'd just carry it around with me. I'm like that.
I'm going to check in on the news now. News. Christian, do you think North Korea are a serious threat, or are they laughable?
Well, who knows? They've got nuclear weapons, and they are ruled by a sort of a slightly crazy guy who's got being a psychopath running in the family. So you might say they're a threat. On the other hand, the only people who've used nuclear weapons are the United States.
Unusual for a newsreader, because that sounds there's a bit of bias in there.
No.
You did say he's a psychopath, his dad. You wouldn't say that on Channel 4 News. You go, and we've news about the nuclear test in North Korea from Kim Jong-un, whose dad we all know.
Yes.
You would not do that on the news, would you?
I'm not on the news.
So that's going to turn out bad.
Have you not,
Run for your life!
OK, well, we were talking about North Korea. I can tell you that's not one of the most talked about things this week. But North Korea has caused outrage after carrying out nuclear weapons tests. The test was executed perfectly, as were all the people who criticised it. Johnstein, what else have the nation been talking about this week?
Oh, it's been Valentine's Day, hasn't it? I imagine people are talking about love and all that stuff.
Who did you send a Valentine to?
I didn't, no. I view Valentine's Day like the Polish food aisle of a supermarket. I don't really know what it's for, but I like to look at it.
I've been thinking, because they've been talking about different gifts you can give people on Valentine's Day, and the worst gift, apparently, is petrol station flowers. But then how do you know they're petrol station flowers? I mean, you can't actually... Unless, of course, they've all been mangled through that night hatch. But that's how they've gone through. But also, it gets a bad press, the petrol station flowers, because if you buy flowers in a florist, there's no petrol, or packets of Maltesers, or anything. So actually, I would rather receive petrol station flowers from someone, because then I would know that I had a discerning lover who shopped at flexible shops.
Valentine's Day, I think, is just too much pressure, and it's for uninventive people. Everyone gives red roses and chocolates. It's like, think of something yourself, like, do something a little bit more creative. Like, to me,
I tried
just
that.
so...
I tried that, but it backfired.
Yeah, because it's rubbish.
What did you try, Sean?
I made a card for my wife/girlfriend lodger, and I made it myself, and she didn't like it.
That's sweet, though. No, that's...
Yeah, but I do.
better.
So what it is, I cut a picture of a heart out of a cigarette packet.
Creative. Would you describe yourself as a tech addict, yes or no?
Well, I don't feel I have to answer that question, and I'm shutting your butt down. I've answered that question before, and I don't see what you've got a right to talk about. I've said all I want to say on that subject. I'm not
do you
talk
think,
about it.
but do you think the tech...
I'm not your...
Would you describe
I'm not your slave, and you're not my master.
Would you describe yourself as a tech addict? No, but would you describe yourself as a tech addict? OK. Are you obsessed by technology?
I would have said I was a tech addict. I've been a tech addict all my life, but I'm now getting to this point where everyone is a tech addict, and I'm finding it slightly repellent.
My feeling is that we've lost what I call shite talk, which is where 10 years ago an entire evening of conversation could be based around an easily verifiable untrue fact. You know, somebody like, do you remember when Wesley Snipes was in Grange Hill? Yeah, I think I do. And someone's just like, not true. Hashtag I'm so lonely.
What annoys me is I think people have lost is just the ability to look out of a window on a train. People can't. They sit there looking at old text messages, conversations you've had in the past, because you can't bear to think for a second. Like old people didn't do. They didn't get on a bus with a shoebox full of letters.
I mean, it's all well and good with the fancy things, but to be honest, I got a new Hoover recently with a spectacularly fast cable recoil on it. You know what I mean? And because all of that sort of technology just exists in the realm of wizardry, but then you put your foot on this, yoink, and you're like, future, I like it. I do aspire to once being trapped somewhere with just the Hoover, and then I'd get the plug end, and I'd fire it up like that, and then just hit the button, hold on to it, and
Wow. It's interesting the way they invented that was that someone who was hoovering, needed to get out of there fast. There's a situation where they're hoovering and think, I better get out of here. Bang! Doof, 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 we're gone.
1 in 3 Brits don't know why we celebrate Easter. Well, it's to celebrate Jesus, hatching from a chocolate egg laid by the Easter Bunny. And also double bank holiday bonanza. Thanks, Jesus. Catherine's team, what do you think the nation will be talking about this week?
They've been talking about Easter and how it's so hot, because what a chocolate egg hunt needs is heat. You know? I'm excited about the hot weather, Jimmy, because I'm regularly seen in a bikini in my garden, passed out. But when it's hot out, fewer people call child services.
Oh, see, I'm going to be skinning out. Like, as soon as the sun comes out,
Skinning out?
Skin is out.
Skinning out?
Yeah.
So the sun comes out, the skin comes out?
Yeah.
OK, I've never heard the expression skinning out.
It's derived from patois, right?
Right.
There's a song, it's like a popular bashment song, and the artist screams, "Skin out me pom-pom," basically meaning that she's going to get her genitals out.
Ooh.
And I don't mean it like that, I just mean I'm going to be skinning out. Not skinning out my pom-pom, just skinning out.
Thank God, because I misunderstood. I thought you were skinning out your pom-pom.
Yeah.
You know me, I'm old school like that.
I can't imagine you in a heat wave, Jimmy. I imagine if you wore shorts, you'd be like proper smart shorts, like you as a Victorian boarding school boy.
I would say I look like a 1930s boxer in shorts. Now, you in shorts, I imagine, looks like the world's biggest toddler.
Yeah. Yeah, big time. I'm very thick of calf as well.
Oh, really?
I couldn't wear socks as a kid because I was too fat. And I still... you know this. I still tried to squeeze that through under the radar there, you know, because we all, when you're too fat for socks. To be fair, if we're doing thick legs, I'm just a warm-up pack for what this boy's got under it.
Well, let's see how thick
They are
these
quite
calves are.
chunky.
On the desk, or we can't see it.
All right, go on, Lloyd.
Go on, let's... Whoa. Look at that calf. Wow, you're so live.
Nimble.
You can't even get that back.
Is there any Vaseline in a shoe on?
Do you do anything at Easter, Tom?
I'm going to Stirling for a ramble.
What's a ramble, Tom?
A ramble's like a lovely extended walk in the countryside with vistas for days. I adore it.
That's your real voice, isn't it? Where's he from?
No, where are you rambling? Where's he from?
He's from the olden days.
Yeah.
I think he's from Downton Abbey. I think he's upstairs, but I'm not sure.
It's about sex. It's a very sexual holiday.
Is
all about
it?
fertility.
It's not.
Well, that's why it's eggs, rabbits. They're very prolific fornicators. It's a sex holiday that we've somehow attached to like candy and chocolate to lure children in. I don't like it.
See, in our house, my dad ran a sex shop for a living.
Nice.
So we used to get chocolate nipples at Easter. It was a proper seedy one. They did have a section on, like, dwarf porn, but he put it on a really tall shelf, which I always thought was a mistake.
Did you work there as a kid?
Not as a kid, no. Didn't take me to take your daughter to work day, that wasn't... What did you do? Dildo stock tape with my dad? No.
A fish and chip shop in Airdrie, Scotland, has put deep-fried cream eggs on the menu. If you'd like to try one, just ask for the healthy option. Would you like to try one?
100%, yes.
Yes!
OK, bring him in.
How did they make
God, you look any creepier.
Are we actually eating these?
Yeah, eat them, yeah. They are deep-fried cream eggs.
I'm vegan, so
You're
I'll
vegan?
have
No,
some.
we've got deep-fried carrots in there for you. There's a deep-fried carrot for you.
It really is.
That is the... I'm pretty sure I might have got that from your dad's shop, but I think that's it. I think that's a deep-fried cream egg. Get involved, people.
My one looks like a spunky bollock. Why is yours so long?
It's actually really good.
Oh,
Mine's
Catherine?
already ejaculating.
I think all in one. Come on, you can do it.
Oh my God, they're great.
You can take it.
You can do that all in one. I've seen you.
Are they good?
They are incredible.
They are good, but I can actually feel my, my body going, stop putting this in me.
Do you know what? Easter being hot should happen all the time. These eggs are melty, delicious, hot, deep fried. It's the only way to eat an egg.
Jesus literally died for this. I do feel a bit sorry for him with the old crucifixion.
Do you? Go on.
Yeah.
Tell us.
Go on.
Well, I just sort of think, I know he came back, but you're never the same after a crucifixion, are you? I done my ankle ligaments last summer.
Yeah.
And on a cold day, I feel it. It's weird, though, that we go mad for Christmas and he was just born.
This should be the big occasion, not Christmas.
Yeah,
That's a
surely.
good point, yeah. Should be the big
but
thing.
It's confusing. I'm not really sure what's religious or not. Like, is Pancake Day, is that a Jesus thing?
It is. It is. My nan told me it is. So you're meant to use up all of the, eggs and all the fun stuff, apparently, in the kitchen.
Like flour and milk, all the fun stuff.
To make pancakes. And then, after Pancake Day, you've got Lent. So you're meant to give up something.
I hate Lent. I don't like this now. I hate Lent. If someone's doing Lent, so I'm giving up for Lent. Oh.
Do you know what
I've given up for Lent? Lent.
Do you know how long Lent is?
40 days. A long time?
Yeah, no,
40 days and 40 nights?
No, it's 46 days and 46 nights, mate.
All right, then.
You're not laughing, you're learning, but it is 46. I don't like Easter because I am a choir boy as well as a comedian, and so I'm just working the whole time. And people go, oh yeah, it's just Easter Sunday, but you've got Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, Saturday with midnight mass, and then obviously the big day, Easter Sunday with 3 services. I'm not even getting double bubble for it. Go on, Sam.
What do you mean you're a choir boy?
Well, I'm like a choir man, a choir lad.
What's the big hit at Easter? What's the big song at Easter?
When I survey the wondrous cross, I guess.
Come on, give us
I've got the lyrics. When I survey the wondrous cross on which the Prince of Glory died. Is that right?
That made my knees buckle. It oscillated through the desk.
Get them out on the desk. Come on, let's see your knees.
My knees, they buckled.
Do they?
I liked it.
Those are some calves. When you sing it, you go so Welsh so fast.
It's weird, isn't it? Because I'm not Welsh. I'm from Grimsby. Which isn't in Wales. Yeah. Oh, no, don't do that.
Lloyd did my tour support when I was on tour, and we did a gig in Wales, and then Lloyd went out and managed to lose the crowd immediately with his opening line. And it's still the funniest thing. He said it, and they just hated you and me.
Oh, and hello, my name's Lloyd Griffith. I've got a very Welsh name, and I look Welsh, very fat and hairy, but I'm not one of you.
You're welcome with that.
And then he died laughing.
The only person that was laughing was Rob backstage.
I was actually on a night out once, just when I was single, and I met this girl, and then we were walking to the bus stop together, and we stopped at the side of the road for a kiss, right, while I was waiting for the bus. And as I leant in to kiss her, a car drove past and egged her.
No.
And she just had egg all over her face.
Are you sure that's what happened? The car did it.
Darling, I got egged in Stockwell, you know.
You got egged in Stockwell?
Yes, from behind. It was like a
Did you?
missile.
I'm not buying any of this.
I was so cross, I turned to them and I went, I bet it's not even free range.
Let's have a look and see if Easter is up there. Yes, it's Easter. The reason we celebrate Easter is because 2,000 years ago, a man walked on water, got crucified, and then rose from the dead. You couldn't make it up. Oh, no, wait, they did. OK, in front of you are 7 eggs. Some are raw, some are hard-boiled. The aim of the game is to crack as many raw eggs on your opponent's head as possible. Lighting change, please. Let's play egg roulette. OK, Catherine, you're up first. Please select your egg. Ideally, you want a raw egg here.
Wow.
OK, and now...
Just be gentle, don't...
All you've got to do is smash that on Rob's lovely little face. You really can't miss, it's massive.
Where would you like it, Rob?
On the forehead, avoid the eyes and mouth. The teeth are the moneymaker.
Ready?
No. OK. You are 1 for 1.
Wow. It's quite aggressive, please.
It was quite aggressive, yeah. OK. OK, there is, I should say, some are raw, some are hard-boiled. There is 1 marble egg.
Before I do this, I'd say I am a feminist.
OK.
But if you want me to throw an egg at a woman, I will have to put that aside.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose pure feminism, equal ops, isn't it?
Oh, no. Rob? You've had worse things in your hair.
Where did you want it? Sorry.
So emotional, Rob. No one's ever asked me that before.
All right. So, it's Catherine, you'll go. Pick an egg. Is it hard-boiled?
Can't tell.
No, you can't. That's sort of the game we're playing.
Okay.
OK, right in the face on this one, in the face.
In the face.
In the face, yeah. Lean over a bit. Oh, that is hard-boiled.
Did that hurt?
No, it's actually quite pleasant.
It's 1-1 so far. So right in the face.
OK.
Jimmy, you've soft-boiled these.
So what does that count as?
Is that half a point?
We're going to have to go to VAR on that. OK, all right. So it's 2-1 in Rob's favour at the moment. OK. Catherine, you'll go.
OK, ready, spin.
OK. Right, here we go. Oh, hang on.
Oh, that's got pubes.
OK, right in the face.
OK, ready. Did it hurt?
Quite aggressive, but fine.
Current score is 2-2. This is the decider.
OK.
Can't see. OK. Right, ready, Catherine?
Yep.
Did you know, for example, women spend an average of 49 hours planning how they'll look on Christmas Day? What, overheated, drunk and crying? Over Christmas, 90% of British families put up a Christmas tree and 10% put down a dog. And 30% of office workers admit to seeing a colleague engaged in a romantic activity at a Christmas party. That is, if you consider photocopying your boobs a romantic activity. Which I do, so keep sending them in. Can you hear that? Can you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? I think that means Santa Claus is coming. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Helm, our Santa Claus. Hey, Santa.
Hello.
Is it a busy time of year for you, Santa Claus?
Is it a busy time of year for me, is it, Jimmy? You taking the piss?
Just asking, is it...
Yes, Jimmy, it's fucking busy right now.
Right, OK. Well, we were going to book you in the summer, but people weren't into it.
He's such a prick.
OK, how come you're here? Just tell us why you're here,
I'm here because I'm going to ask a series of questions, and then if you get it right, you get a nice gift, and if you get it wrong, you get a pile of shit. So, so we're going to do this.
Good. Christmassy.
Oh, stop talking over my bit.
Yes, spending time with the family is the best thing about Christmas Day. Some people say the most stressful thing about Christmas is deciding which side of the family to spend the day with. I'm lucky, really, because I'm an orphan. I mean, I wasn't until last Christmas, but they just pushed me a little bit too far. Yes, it's Christmas TV and film. I love Christmas TV. There's nothing better than sitting down to watch a film you've seen countless times before with people you can no longer stand. Did you know 8% of millennials are offended by Christmas decorations? Snowflakes. But also baubles and tinsel. A third of Brits think Lapland is a fictional place. It's not. I've been, and as strip clubs go, it's actually all right. And 1 in 4 Brits don't think snogging is cheating if it's under the mistletoe. But if that mistletoe is part of a vajazzle, it's a different story. Yes, it's Christmas presents. But there's nothing that shows your gratitude for a gift more than those 3 magic words. Got the receipt? Yes, it's spending time with family. I like Trivial Pursuit because I always get the questions right. Shall we play Trivial Pursuit? No. Correct. 10% of pet owners buy their pet an outfit for Christmas. I bought my puppies an outfit for Christmas. It was a duffel bag to go swimming in.
Nice pair. It is clenched. You can crack walnut in that.
I could crack a walnut in that.
Relax.
Drink it in, Bruno. That's what a real man looks like.
No.
Can I just say, while he was drinking it in, I think a bit went on me. And...
We're forming a boy band together. We are. It's called One Erection.
Is it weird being heckled from behind?
I'm actually used to it, Sean. 7% of people who give presents say it's the thought that counts, and generally the thought is, that'll do. And 14% of Brits drink more than they intend to over Christmas, which isn't easy because they intend to get absolutely bloody shit-faced. Yes, the most common New Year's resolution is to lose weight. The top 3 resolutions are lose weight, do more exercise and stop smoking. So the best thing to do is run down to the shops, buy some cigarettes and eat them. Of course it is, yes. 4th on the list is drinking too much. It's always the same for me on Christmas Day. Start with a couple of beers, then a bottle of wine, then some mulled wine because it's Christmas, then a sherry because Gran's round, and then some breakfast. Did you know 6% of Brits buy advent calendars containing alcoholic drinks? But I don't need a calendar to remind me to drink at Christmas. I just look at my family. 16% of grandmothers say Christmas is the only time of year they get drunk and let their hair down. So it's not just Santa that comes but once a year, right, Grandad? And 15% of Brits give their bin men a festive tip. Not me. I put the whole thing in. Yes, it's Christmas presents. Last year, I got my girlfriend a puppy for Christmas. It was so cute. I even put it in a little box with a big bow on it. My mistake was sending it second class. I like unusual presents. Last year, I bought my nan a lifetime supply of Werther's Originals, which turned out to be 3 packets of Werther's Originals. Yes, Christmas television. You know, Bruno, I love a bit of ballroom on Christmas Day, and that's why I wear tracky bottoms. Yes, the worst thing to do at the office Christmas party is tell your boss what you really think of them. A popular tradition at the office Christmas party is kissing under the mistletoe. But be careful, it can lead to fingering under the boardroom table. 90% of people think that Christmas is too commercialised, and there's a special name for those people, tight-fisted twats. If you're watching, children, I don't want to spoil Christmas for you, but not only is Santa made up, so's Jesus. And your dog didn't go and live on a farm. Different religions celebrate Christmas in different ways and at different times. Some people in the Middle East, for example, celebrate their Christmas on September the 11th. So we got a lot of Al-Qaeda in, have we? And it takes up to 15 years to grow a 6-foot Christmas tree, but just 30 seconds to lob it over the fence into your neighbour's garden on January 6th. Indeed, our favourite Christmas tradition is Christmas dinner. Pigs in blankets are popular around my house at Christmas. That's my girlfriend and a sister watching TV in a blanket. Yeah, you can laugh, I'm in trouble. So those were the top Christmas traditions. But Christmas is about much more than that. Last year, the lights in Oxford Street were turned on by Take That, as were hundreds of middle-aged women. And when it comes to decorating the tree, there's nothing better than going up to the loft, dusting off that old box, bringing it down to the living room, opening it up, realising you've accidentally brought down your old porn mags, going back up to the loft, and half an hour later coming down with the Christmas decorations. Did you know, for example, the Bible actually gives no date for Jesus' birthday, so Mary and Joseph probably just said it was December 25th, so they didn't have to buy him 2 sets of presents. The average Brit takes 15 hours to finish their Christmas shopping, which begs the question, just how far do they live from the all-night garage? And 52% of British people eat twice their recommended calorie intake every Christmas day. And that fact also works if you remove the word Christmas. Yes, the top New Year's resolution is to lose weight. Millions of people resolve to lose weight in the UK every year. Although, if the chief executive of Greggs is watching, don't worry, I think you'll be able to ride it out for a couple of days. Yes, Christmas presents, of course. Last year, I bought my girlfriend a Hoover. She didn't want it, so it's just been gathering dust. I hope you enjoyed those clips. If you want to watch full episodes of 8 out of 10 Cats, then you can on my YouTube channel. Just, search for it on YouTube and you'll find it, because it's there.